What's going on, everybody? Duran out here with you. It's a Thursday, September 12th, 2024. How's everybody doing out there today? It is the Boston Red Sox. Again, this one is on Fox. I'm watching this one on MLB.TV anyway. But 74 and 72, bench boss Alex Cora. It'll be Jarren Duran, Rafael Devers, Romy Gonzalez, Tyler O'Neill, Connor Wong, Trevor Story, Danny Jansen, Wilmer Abreu, and Ceddanne Rafaela will be in center today. As this line was a little bit different, I think Rob Refslinger had a sore wrist, so that's what kind of moved their lineup a little bit today. Nestor Cortes getting set for his soft tosses here on the mound before we get started. And for the New York Yankees, bench boss Aaron Boone. Today it's going to be Gleyber Torres, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Austin Wells, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, Jason Dominguez, Anthony Rizzo, and Anthony Volpe to round out the 1 through 9 for the Bronx Bombers. Of note, coming into this game, Aaron Judge, over his last 15, I know his average is still 320, 51 bombs, 126 RBI, having an MVP-type season, but over the last 15 games, about 27, 28 strikeouts. The average has been way down. I don't think it's cause for concern, but it was note coming into it just to see what happens in this final month before we get in October and play some playoff baseball. For Nestor Cortes, his whip a lot better at home than it is on the road. That is under 1. So he is normally a pretty good pitcher, but it's going to be Cooper Criswell on the other side for the Boston Red Sox. And we'll have to figure out how that's going to go. I think there is potential for run scoring today. When you look at MLB RotoWire side of it, and I'll refresh for the home plate number, but the over-under is sitting at 9 runs. So we should be expecting some run scoring today. Charlie Ramos is going to call balls and strikes. So again, I'm watching this one on Fox. For some of you, it's going to be Tampa Bay and the Cleveland Guardians, but for most of us, it's going to be the Yankees and Red Sox as we're underway with strike one. Jarren Duran will get set to lead off the festivities here. For Jarren, 288, 21 bombs, 72 RBI. Very good season. He takes a big whiff at a sweeper at 79 and make it 0-2. That was nowhere near the strike zone. Scroll back down to my notes here for Nestor Cortes. Again, a 4-seam cutter sweeper change. That is his primary, but he'll occasionally toss a sinker and slider in the 6-pitch mix variety. 0-2, 93, and that one's followed straight back and amongst the screen. So this should be a full house here. The judges' quarters, everyone else, I'm sure they're excited here to be the final season series between these two bitter rivals in the AL East. Most total bases this season, 352, leads the league for Aaron Judge, 307. Fifth on that list is Jarren Duran. I like Duran because he can play everywhere in the outfield. He's got elite speed. He can steal bases, hit for power, hit for average, do a little bit of everything. This was a lollipop with a sweeper that went near the dome of Duran. It'll back him away from the box. I'll make it 2-2. Apologize for a little bit of the lawn noises and grass cutting outside. I think that's going to disperse in a little bit as we go along. Sweeping a miss on the sweeper there. And that cleans up Jarren Duran in the first out of the ball game. Rafael Devers is in the second spot in the lineup. Normally for Rafael, you would see him clean up, but the way Tyler O'Neill has been playing over the last few games, I think that's a good decision for Alex Cora. Kind of jumpstart that top of the lineup before you mix in between a pretty dispersed bottom and middle of the order. I think there's a good variety of power and speed there. For the Red Sox, they need wins. They're 4 games back of the AL wildcard. Tigers lost today. They are 3.5 back. And I think the Minnesota Twins are inactive today. I'll go ahead and look that up for you just in case as we scroll across. So, yes, they're inactive today. So, Tigers will stay at 3.5. And the Red Sox can essentially gain a game as this one's looped all the way back 1-2 on a sweeper at 80. Cortez will be 10 pitches into his day. Friday, I'll get set up for the NFL picks against the spread for week 2. We don't do the Thursday games with the exception of the Thanksgiving side. I'm going to cover them all. And then Saturday, I'll be back between the O's and the Tigers. He's late on a fastball. His Devers that was up and away at 94, 2 straight punches to start the game for Nestor. So good start there. You just got Rafi swinging late on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. That was already in the glove of Austin Wells. Romy Gonzalez, his 84th game played this season. His numbers are pretty good considering. Doesn't hit for a ton of power. This will be soft serve right to Judge. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Cortez makes it easy. We'll get back to the bottom of the first, scoreless. I appreciate you guys following along today here on Fox. Again, we have the mix in between the MLB.TV stream, so maybe I'll have to turn this one down because I'll just hear the baseball zooming all the way across from Google Club, but I'll throw that one back up. You guys let me know any comments, questions, concerns. Yesterday, I published a video. I know Angry Joe put that out there as well, but for the PS5 Pro, anyone wanted to be interested in that, saying that it costs $700. Got to get your thoughts on that as well. That is absolutely astronomical and ridiculous to throw that out there. So I want to know what you guys think on that as well, because that's $700 without a disk drive, without a stand, and all of that, and you're pretty close if you factor it in dollar for dollar to get to entry-level PC gaming PC territory, correct? So a lot of money from Sony, and they're looking more like Apple, and that is not what you want to hear. On the other feature of the game on Fox, if you're in the Ohio area or on the Tampa side, that will also be on air for the Rays and the Guardians. It's still top first, and the Rays have a runner on second. They've already scored a run. We'll get you the update there. Brandon Lau, home run, 380 feet to right field. And that is off Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams, 3-8, 5.25 ERA, 64 strikeouts, 137 WHIP. So we'll be getting back into our play-by-play now, and bottom one is the Bronx Bombers get set to lead off for the first time here. 6-4, 4-11 is Cooper Criswell. It's a 2-seam sweep, change, cutter, slider combination. This one busted inside on a sinker on Torres, and they'll back him off the plate. Glaber hitting 250. Again, that's probably right where you would expect him to be, although you want to take those punch-outs, and I wouldn't say cut them in half, but can you cut them by a fourth? 120 strikeouts, that seems awfully big considering for Glaber. He does got a lot of power. He's still a free agent set in 2025. What will the Yankees do? I think they're going to keep him, but if he gets his numbers up there, I think he gets a little more of a payday. This one way away on the slider, 2-1, not even close. 250, about 12 bombs, 55 RBI. Again, my numbers might be slightly off because it didn't update from yesterday. A couple of walk-offs, essentially, for the Yankees and the Red Sox last night. Jazz Chisholm got the win in extra innings over the Kansas City Royals. That was the only thing that helped the Tigers or the Mariners, a couple other teams in the chase. And then Tyler O'Neill, the 2-run home run. That's a good look on a changeup there for Torres. He uses those eyes all the way down. Post All-Star break, 285. So he's been much better since this back half of the second season. This one right down the middle on a sinker, but Glaber will follow it straight back. I think this might have bounced off the home plate umpire as well. So he might take a couple extra beats here before we get set back Juan Soto starting to take the donut off the bat, and Aaron Judge sitting on the steps of the batting third in this inning. Still commanding center field, able to be the preeminent player that he is, AL MVP caliber, still command that center field. 89, Torres. We'll see if this splits the gap or hits the wall. It's gone! This is a wall scraper here for Gleyber Torres. But Criswell, in his first batter of the game, he's greeted very brutally. Gleyber gets his 13th of the year, and the Yankees already on the board, 1-0. 368 feet just crosses that right field wall, and Gleyber loves it, as he should. It was a full count, off-speed pitch. This caught a lot of the plate, and Gleyber Torres did not miss it. Maybe just almost off the top of the bat head, maybe slightly off, and Wilyer Abreu just ran out of room. Sinker way outside. Juan Soto here. So here's Cooper Criswell. I hate to say it this way. I kind of thought this going into the notes, this could be a dynamite type game. You better make sure that you locate, because you missed there on Gleyber Torres, and now you got Soto and Judge. Whether or not Judge in a little bit of a funk over the last 15 games or so, Soto has not been, and I don't think Judge would be continued if his pitches miss where they do. 90 on a sinker just off the outside black, make it 2-1. Juan Soto does it all. Again, he's continued to get better in the right field side. 290, 38 home runs. He's just on the cusp of 100 RBI. Changeup, black, a little bit low. 2-2. But 114 runs scored, 117 walks, 103 strikeouts. He walks more than he punches out. One of the most feared hitters in all of baseball. Soto 117 walks, Judge 119. Because it leads the league essentially between the both. Got a lot of protection in this lineup. 2-2. This will be cued. Criswell got time. Make the toss over to first. No problem there. And Soto's turned away. A little cue shot off the bat. A little slow roller. Soto's got average speed, but enough time, no problem at first base for Connor Wong. My catcher there, but Danny Jansen will have to work behind the plate today for the Red Sox. And they will bring up Aaron Judge. Again, Judge at the beginning of the year was booed a little bit because it was a slow start. I don't think we're going to be doing that now. No home runs in the last 68 plate appearances. I think I might be able to break the curse here for Judge. I'm just saying, it feels like that type of game. Aaron Judge puts to right field. This is toward the track. Wilyer Abreu makes the catch at the wall. Judge just missed a home run. And I called that just a little bit ahead before it actually was. Just missed a home run. Warning track power there. He braced for the wall, got the right hand out, didn't hit the part of that chain link. As Judge got a really good pitch to hit on the first look. And that one was a changeup just shy of going over the wall. Austin Wells. This is very interesting because the last time I covered the Yankees, believe it or not, they started 5-0. And it was against the Arizona Diamondbacks very early in the year. We were talking about Jose Trevino, power numbers a little bit down. Are they going to platoon with Austin Wells? Austin Wells has been pretty good in the cleanup spot. 310, 531 slugging. This is kind of the spot that he owns. He's commanded that position, and he's commanded the playing time for Aaron Boone. He's kind of taken over on that side in that role. He's done very well. 2-1. Late swing on a sinker. Go all the way back down the left field line and do it again at 2-2. Criswell will be 18 pitches into his day. If he can get out of this, just giving up the solo shot after the Aaron Judge scare at the wall, I think he would definitely take it. I'll continually give you some updates as we go across the league. There's not a lot of games in Major League Baseball today, more of a getaway day before we get into the weekend series, but we will have Thursday Night Football upon us, as Wells swings and misses on a cutter at 87, way up and out of the zone, not even close. But the Yankees do get on the board. Gleyber Torres starts with a leadoff solo shot. 1-0 Bronx Bombers. So I'll just put this up in my notes really quick, and then we will get started. I mean, even though you see the baseball spinning around and around on the MLB TV side of it, I guess this is better than hearing political ads all the way across the board. So I'll take what I can get today. So Yankees have the early lead. Again, I appreciate you guys listening in and give me your thoughts on the YouTube side of the question. I said, are the New York Yankees a World Series threat? They've got 3 votes already. 2 of you say yes, and 1 of you saying no. Astros do win a game finally against the Oakland Athletics. That one 6-3, a 12-hit attack. Cardinals all over the Reds today. They win earlier 6-1. And the Rockies, man, oh man. As Raleigh Green, I guess, got a home run robbery, but it wasn't enough. The Rockies beat the Tigers 4-2. They're going to lose critical wild card runway space, but not a lot left to go. I'll have coverage in that series on Saturday. Corbin Burns on the mound against TBD. Again, more of an opener side for the Tigers. And it's not been a bad thing for them, but for Corbin Burns, he can absolutely deal. There is no threat for weather, so we'll be good to go for the Saturday side. Tomorrow will be in picks, get everything squared away. So 4, 5, and 6. We'll get through that portion of the order here. Tyler O'Neill, 5 home runs in the last 5 games, got 30 bombs and 59 RBI. Tyler will look at a sweeper. That one will just catch the outside black on the lefty-righty side of the matchup. 1-0. The Yankees have the lead. It's an 0-2 count against Tyler O'Neill. That one way outside on a changeup. We'll take Walls over the crouch. Fewest at bats per home run. So Aaron Judge about 10. We had a home run. About Tyler O'Neill 12.4. He's got a lot of power. The former St. Louis Cardinal. I think he fits right in with the Red Sox and exactly what they need. He's going to be able to play a premium defense and give you a power bat and still hit a decent average. I don't know what more you can complain about on that side of it. That is a great look on a sweeper, and O'Neill just watched it go by. 3rd strikeout already for Nestor Cortez, and you have those New York Yankees sound effects every time the batter punches out. They're able to cost that 3 times already for the first 4 batters. So pretty good start there for Nestor. Connor Wong and then Trevor Story in this inning. Connor Wong, normally the catcher. He's going to play first today. We'll spell Tristan Casas on the side of the lineup. So they moved a little bit around because Rob Refsnyder, I think, had something wrong with his hand. So Alex Cora kind of adjusted the lineup a little bit today. I got that set in, locked in on RotoWire before we started. Connor Wong with a giant swing. 1-1 on a cutter, but that one fouled on the third base line. He's got that full hockey beard going right now. 113 games played so far this year, about a 285 average. So not too bad. That is probably numbers expected, way above the pay grade for Connor, I would imagine. Late fastball at 93. And when you mix in between the sweeper at about 75 or some of the changeups at 84, that's what can happen. You get late swings on pitches you feel like you should hit. 1-2. And Cortez already get another punchy. He's been dealing so far early in this game. He's already got 3. 94. He followed straight back amongst the screen. And Cortez will wait on pitch number 21, all told, through an inning and a third. He already has 3 strikeouts. Gets the sign from Austin Wells. This is a changeup. This will be sent straight back. They'll take a look, does Austin Wells, but that'll be safely foul. Bounce a couple of times, and we'll see. He's one of the lucky fans. Got the cue ball going on. He was able to go ahead and get that baseball as that bounced all across the railing. So another happy Yankees fan there. Taking a look at Aaron Boone on the camera shots for Fox. Depending on where you are in the region, again, for most of us, it's the Yankees, Red Sox. It could be the Guardians and the Rays. 1-2. Connor Wong. This one will split the gap. Aaron Judge will have to play this off a couple hops as Connor Wong will cruise to the second base. He's got an easy double. And the Red Sox Dirty Water is going to be happy with that one, as that was a good look on an off-speed pitch. Let's see Cortez actually stay with that on the outside of the plate up high and drive that one to medium deep center field and play that one off the chain link at 385 as it bounced but stayed in play. So Trevor Story, 12 games this season, missed 133 games on the IL with the shoulder. His tenure with the Red Sox has mostly been on the shelf. And this is a premium bat at one time for the Colorado Rockies. I think that could, I don't want to over-exaggerate too much here, but they could probably get you 25, 30 bags, hit you for power, play a premium defense, have a lot of speed. If the Red Sox can find a way to incorporate Story into 2025 and bring his power bat with all the tools that he can give to you, this changes the dynamic of the Red Sox, because going into it, I think we can all say we didn't expect the Red Sox to compete inside the AL East. Not only are they doing that, they're only a handful of games outside of a playoff spot. They could certainly use Trevor Story. They'll cue it, roll it over, no problem there. Volpe take the crossover to Rizzo, and they'll take the runner to third and Connor Wong with 2 outs. See if Danny Jansen can come through here for the Red Sox before they go to bottom 2. Yankees still have the lead 1-0 courtesy of a Gleyber Torres solo shot to start this game off. So Trevor Story, 94 games played in 2022, 43 and 23 and just 13-24. He's just not been healthy. You could talk and you can put all those together. He's missed an entire season, and essentially in the last 3 years. So that's just it doesn't work when you're not on the field. Best of ability is availability most of the time. This will back away Danny Jansen on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. So for Cortez, you're topping out about 93, 94 is no problem. When you're mixing in a 76 sweeper and some of the change curveballs, things like that, it's a good differential, a good mix of 6 different pitches that Cortez can throw. 85 on a changeup, way low. And Jansen doesn't even have to think about offering on it as they continue to camera shot Trevor Story. Again, it's just good to see him back wearing a uniform and actually on the field. 2-1. Cortez, again, changeup. That one spiked in the dirt. It was a good block there for Austin Wells, because you do have Connor Wong at third with 2 outs. So hitters count at 3-1 for Danny. Wilmer Abreu, they've been pretty good, the rookie. Again, he got another one in Ceddanne Rafael on the other side. 3-1 hitters count for Jansen. Big swing on a changeup. Caught him out front there. And now it's a full count with 2 outs. As he's rocking the goggles, kind of like a la Horace Grant of the Chicago Bulls. Pulled the string on the changeup there. Had Jansen out in front. Full count pitch up coming. This is foul back. Would have been a ball. Cortez ramps up to 95 on that. Try to put Jansen away. Cortez still sitting at 3 strikeouts already, going against his 7th batter of the ball game. So good ratio. He's been all around the zone today. When he's missed intentionally. 94 just high. Good eye for the catcher and Danny Jansen. And now Wilmer Abreu will get an opportunity with runners at first and third and 2 outs. 94. Wells tried to set this one down and put this across and present it, but a good call by the home plate umpire. That one was high. Try to bring it back in the zone. And Cortez now 33 pitches into his day. Gets set to check in against Wilmer Abreu. First in extra base hits at 48. First in slugging at about 493. Second in home runs in 100 games at 15. Jackson Merrill really only been better in some of those categories. 94 will split the plate. Abreu will take a courtesy look at it. 0-1 on a fastball. Ceddanne Rafaela will get an opportunity. He's really good in the 9-hole. Again, Alex Cora, he feels comfortable where he is with Rafaela. He's been good there. That's a good-looking sweeper there. You mix in between the lefty on the side of it. It's a tough pitch to look at. Getting knocked away from you. 0-2. And he swung a little bit early on that one. What's Cortez going to be able to do in pitch number 35? He's got a couple runners on the base pass right now, trying to keep it 1-0 early in this ball game. See what he can do with that gold chain. 0-2, way outside in a sweeper. That's what you can do when you got an 0-2 count leverage, just to try to see if Abreu, the rookie, can be a little bit impatient, but that wasn't close enough to entice a swing. 15 home runs, 55 RBI for Abreu. Chance to pick up number 56 right here. Swing and a miss on a fastball right down the middle. He just challenged him, and he wasn't able to oblige. It's the 4th strikeout for Nestor. Good work for the Yankees starter. Let's go, bottom 2.
Tim Hortons has a $6 breakfast bundle with a mouth-watering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood. Local coverage is sponsored by Flex Seal family of products. The Flex Seal family of products are here to help with products you can trust to prepare before the storm hits and repair after the storm passes. Get the Flex Seal family of products.
So 5, 6, and 7 do up in bottom 2. Cooper Criswell back on the mound. 76-mile-an-hour sweeper. Giancarlo takes it for 0-1. 230, 25 bombs, 62 RBI. His average shot up about 35 points so far in 2024 here for Giancarlo Stanton. Again, DH, you just want to keep him on his feet. He's still got that power bat. He's got thunder in that bat. That's definitely for sure. He will strike out, but when he decides to get a pitch, he can hit that one a long way. He can hit craters in that baseball. No doubt about it. 2-1. With or without Stanton, with 63 and 39 in the career. Wong said with and without, they're under 500. So again, that power bat right in the middle of that lineup makes a lot of sense. 3-1. See if Criswell even wants to play around here, but Jazz Chisholm has been very good since being picked up by the Yankees. They made that move early before the deadline. In toward the hands. Would have been ball 4. That was way inside. Jammed up. 3-2. Again for Criswell, I'll go ahead and give you his pitch mix. I haven't done that so far in this game. He's more finesse, and we'll get into that in a second. This is a good look there for Stan. Gets a full count, still gets the walk. Didn't want to mess around there, but Criswell's more finesse. 6-4, 411, 134 whip, 39 walks. Now make it 40 with 97 strikeouts. A sinker, sweeper, changeup, cutter. A rare slider mix. 89 to 77. I'm not sure if that's going to fool the New York Yankees. Really, they always talk about location for pitchers. When you don't throw all that hard, You really have to make sure that you stay away from the middle of the strike zone. For Jazz Chisholm, this season with the Marlins and the Yankees, 133 games, 22 home runs, 66 RBI, about 35 stolen bases, all career highs. Big wave and a miss there, not even close. In his 32 games with the Yankees, OPS a 902, 9 bombs, and a 298 average. So he really likes hitting at Yankee Stadium. Who doesn't? Again, that side of it kind of almost reminds you of Curtis Granderson for that leverage. Cue this one off of Jansen. They'll stay alive. And Ken Rosenthal talking about now with Jazz Chisholm on the side of how well he's adapted to third base. It's not a position no one plays. He could play outfield. He could play shortstop, second base. But third, he's been really good over there. He's been the primary for the Yankees, and they like him there, and he enjoys it. This is uppercutted, but this will be right to center field. No problem. That's where Rafael is. Jazz Chisholm was turned away. Gave it a good swing. Just didn't hit it with a whole bunch of variety, but that one was off the plate. Jason Dominguez, the 21-year-old left fielder, is a switch bat. I've heard a lot about this name, especially if you played any sort of recent MLB The Show, as he was touted as one of the best prospects in all of baseball. As you get a chance to look at him, the 21-year-old is only hitting .091 in his 12th game right now, one of 11. Doesn't have any home runs or RBI yet. This season's played just 3 games. He's only been up a couple of times. Hasn't really hit any of his service time just yet. This one at 86. 58 games in the minors, 314, 11 home runs, 35 RBI, and 16 stolen bases. So kind of shows you he's got the flash of all the tools. See if he can put it together, because they like this guy, and there's a lot to like about him. 86. As this one's down the first base side. Again, you got some depth and flexibility. That's what John Smoltz is throwing out there, and I think that's what it's going to be, because you can put him in there to try to get some steals. Hell, you still got John Birdie on this roster from a Univem Wolverine. You can do the same thing on the base paths. 0-2. 87. That one was up high, and Dominguez will just back away from it, make it 0-2. 32 pitches into Chris Wall's day. So far, his only mistake was a solo shot to lead off the ball game from Gleyber Torres. This one a changeup. A lot of movement there. 2-2. Was up against it at 0-2. So Dominguez trying to hang in there right now. See if he can continue this at bat and have some success. 1 out. Runner at first. Stand with the walk. Dominguez big cut. Took a fastball type swing on a changeup there. He was way out in front of it. Again, it can be very difficult for a young player early. Again, I can't speak from experience because I do have cerebral palsy and all that, but I imagine picking up off-speed pitches to start this one, you're kind of always, I would think, be groomed to be time for a fastball. And you're dealing with soft toss. 88 on a cutter. It's a good at-bat for Dominguez so far. He's throwing off some tough pitches. They've been in the zone. He's been hanging in there. Anthony Rizzo is batting 8th in the lineup right now for the Yankees. So he'll be due up next, unless Dominguez hits into a double play. Still a 2-2 count after 4 straight foul balls. Very good look there for Dominguez. Good eye. Full count. See if they want to send the runners here. I don't know if you'd want to send Stan alongside Dominguez with his average, but you never know, just in case he hits something on the ground. 9th pitch. We'll see another one, Jason Dominguez. Good work from the youngster here, regardless of what happens. 85 on a changeup and mixed to the high point. 91 on a sinker. Cooper Criswell kind of reminds me of a 90s pitcher. And this side of maybe topping out at 90, mixing in between 85 and a little more differential here. Could be a little bit more elite. We'll do it again. 3-2. This one on the ground finds a hole right through the second base side, and a 10-pitch battle for Jason Dominguez results in a single. Good work, young man. Now we'll leave it up to Anthony Rizzo. Always like to see that when young players come through We want to see them have success in the big leagues. They've been talking about Jason Dominguez over the last couple of years. He was happy. Shot that one right to the first base hole, standing just enough to get out of the way. And you can kind of see it in his face, and I'll just say this the nicest way I can. He looks like he's barely over 16 years old. There's a lot of growing to do, but all the grooms and clean cut and everything else, that looks like a little kid. But swung a big bat there and got a good key hit. Pitch number 39, Rizzo with a grand cut. We'll go straight down the third base line. 0-1. Chris Ball, 40 pitches into his day. There'll be a little bit of concern if this stretches out a little bit in the sense of if he gets to 50-55 for the second, how long will he go? What will the leash be? I'm just wondering that for Alex Cora if he doesn't get this shut down quickly as a cutter up and in. 1-1 back away. Anthony Rizzo won the World Series with the Chicago Cubs. He's been with the Yankees for a long time. When he's right, he can get you about 30 tanks. This one hit well. This will take Rafael just shy of the warning track. He's got a great arm. They are not going to mess around with that at all with Stanton. And Rizzo will be sent back. And I'll leave it up to the bottom of the order before we turn it over. And Anthony Volpe. So for Volpe, 251, 11 bombs, 55 RBI. Did not play the other day. 85 runs scored, 37 walks. For Volpe, 23, still got potential. 143 strikeouts. You do like the 26 stolen bases, but the strikeouts are very high. You'd like to cover that one down. 77 on a sweeper. The Volpe will just look at it. He's got tools, but for me, when I look at it immediately, the strikeouts do stand out. You know the Yankees want to cut him that down. He's still a very young hitter at 23, so understandable. He does offer at a pitch inside. They say he broke the plane with the bat. 0-2. That was a cutter inside. Yeah, that was clear as day. He did offer about 1.5 bat lengths across the plate. 0-2 pitch. Inside. And on the kitchen. Bounced to Story. He'll go the short way to second. And Boston turned away. Yankees turned away, I should say, by Cooper Criswell. It is into 2. Yankees still up 1-0.
You like one? John Legend. How do you keep your title so? Legend. Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19? With a COVID shot this season. Designed for recent variants. You can get a COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot at the NESN, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot and getting your flu shot.
For views like this, you gotta get out there. In a Ford Bronco, where pavement doesn't exist. Go over any type of terrain. See the world from every angle.
I'll just send this in the comments section for anyone that does join in the cross. I humbly appreciate it. This will be your update so far through the first, but we are through 2 innings. The Yankees still have a 1-0 lead in this competitive ball game. Really just getting underway. The most impressive part of it wasn't the Torres home run for me. It was the Jason Dominguez 10-pitch single. Trying to stay with it. You still want to see what the 21-year-old can do. He's got a lot of potential. That's what the Yankees like. He's got all 5 tools. He plays a good defensive outfield. Got a decent arm as well. He can steal some bags. 10-pitch single on Criswell in his first at-bat.
What? Tim Hortons is a $6 breakfast bundle with a mouth-watering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic.
When we get to the top of the third, it'll be Ceddanne Rafaela, Jarren Duran, and Rafi Devers. 9-1-2 due up for the Red Sox. We're in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. John Hunter with you, watching this one on MLB.tv. It's on my Fox local feed, but I'm watching it on the online, so you can get a little bit of HD at least.
For the first time ever with MLB Network and add subscriptions, stream the MLB Network 24/7, plus select out-of-market games. Go to MLB.com/@bat for details. Cedar Rafael, 23-year-old rookie out of Curacao, has flashed here in his first full season in the major leagues. Red Sox are
So as we get top three to be the rookie out of Curacao, Cedar Rafaela. It is 1-0. This is 92 that splits the plate, and Rafael takes a big cup and he misses it. Again, I mentioned this a couple times throughout the broadcast, but it bears repeating. When you roll around 76 and go between 93 and 94, that differential can be an absolute load to deal with. And you would think, for the most part, when you get to 91, 92, 93, that these batters would have no problem with that, but the differential is what keeps you off balance. Sweeper right in toward the hands. It was a beautiful pitch. And all Rafael could do was send that one straight back. Mr. Cortez, Lord, he's got 4 strikeouts as he's just starting the third inning for the first 6 outs. Sedan 2-2. This one toward his hands. He will be strong enough to hold the bat back. And the rookie will now work with a full count. Go back across my notes. 15 bombs, 70 RBI, 15 walks. He is prone to the punch out, and he did just there. Make it 139 strikeouts now for the 23-year-old. He does play short. He plays center field, second base. Then at 93, I'm going to challenge you here. And he was overmatched. So again, we talk about it with the differential. That's what John Smoltz is bringing up to you right now. 112 strikeouts via fastballs, 4th in Major League Baseball. And I got to believe it's because of that differential. 80 on a sweeper. Duran will try to fight and stay with it, but it'll go foul down the left field line as he got that one up and right toward the bat head. I like that gold plating as far as the protection on the elbow and that. A little bit of style there for Duran. Nothing wrong with that. 1-1. The fastball will buzz the tower, sending one back again. There really isn't anything Jarren Duran can't do. The 27-year-old is an all-around player. This one high on a fastball, and this be followed straight back in amongst the screen. 3.6 runs per game in the last 18. That's not a lot. 228 average, 27% strikeout, just 6% walk. Safe to say the Red Sox are in a little bit of a flunk, and the way Cortez is pitching right now, I might add to it. 1-2. This is right to Judge. No problem for him. Just a couple steps over, he'll make the catch. And Duran is turned away rather easily. And we'll leave it up to the baby-faced assassin, as he's affectionately called, Rafi Devers, one of my favorite players in Major League Baseball to watch. When he's on his game, he does it all. Again, another one of those guys who's a threat for 30, 35 home runs. He's still going to be doing that again. 81 RBI, 84 runs scored, 62 walks, 133 strikeouts. And this is a guy that does the most damage. He has that right foot, the one that he pivots as he gets set to kind of time and rock back and forth, puts you in the chair. 80, that was high. He gets a long look. The home plate umpire, 0-1. That was a curveball up in the zone. 48th pitch upcoming here for Cortez against Rafi. Big swing on a sweeper. Comes up empty just underneath the bat head. Devers already up against it, 0-2. 28 home runs, 72 RBI, most among active players. Cortez shakes off Wells a couple times. We'll see what he wants to come with now. We'll step out. Pitch clock violation? That's what we'll get. Cortez and Wells did not get on the same page a few times there. Took too long. So it was 0-2. It's 1-2. So Devers still got to have some work to do. And now he takes a fastball right down the middle. Not sure what he was looking at there. Cortez just continues to shake his head. Judge had a huge smile on his face. Not sure what Devers was thinking. Let's go to bottom 3. Yankees still up 1-0.
Change is in the air. The virus that causes COVID-19 has evolved and changed. So COVID-19 vaccines have been changed too. Getting this season's COVID-19 shot helps protect you while training your immune system to recognize and outfight recent variants. Did you know the CDC recommends getting your COVID and flu shots at the same visit if you do both? So ask your pharmacist or your doctor about getting this season's COVID-19 shot with your flu shot. Brought to you by Pfizer. What? Tim Hortons is a $6 breakfast bundle with a mouth-watering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your tea time. Oh, and here's too, the $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood Tim.
This is a 24/7 kind of place, and that's where the Ford Escape SUV comes in, the ultimate getaway vehicle. With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, and Blitz, the blind spot information system with cross-traffic alert to help get away from it all. You got this.
So I mentioned going into this broadcast, the over-under for MLB RotoWire was Yankees line minus 205, over-under sitting at 9. Are we really going to get to 9 right now, especially with the way that Cortez is pitching? I'll give you another update here. Just give you that update there. Cortez, 6 strikeouts of his first 9 outs on the day. He's looked sharp, and I'm pretty puzzled that Rafi is just going to look at one right down the middle of the plate because he's just too good for that. But when they had a pitch clock violation between Austin Wells and Cortez, very next pitch, he just popped that thing right down the middle. And Devers just looks at it for whatever reason. Top of the order for the Yankees. This will be the second time around. Gleyber Torres gets another look toward the warning track. They had a chance between the right and center fielder, but Rafael is going to take charge. And Crispo, 1 pitch, 1 out, bottom 3. Still got to deal with Soto and Judge. Juan Soto 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first, 288, 39 home runs, 100 RBI. So again, he got a couple from yesterday. So he's officially at that triple-digit mark. That's going to be an update from my notes, as this is now a slider at 89 that will just catch the outside black. So I'll just update that live in the notes here for myself to throw that out there. 85 on a cutter. This one high. The chosen one, that's their graphic, excludes 2020. 39 home runs this season, 580 slugging, 115 runs scored. He's at 111, 548, and 35 in previous career high when he won a World Series with the Washington Nationals. And man, oh man, I mean, if you're the Yankees, I mean, you could say free agency, whatnot. I mean, you're looking at a guy you need to sign again, right? There is no thoughts about Brian Cashman opening up the pocketbook. I'd have to imagine you're paying whatever he wants. He's 25, still not even in the prime of his career. This is a huge swing on a changeup. Crispo will get his second strikeout. Anytime you get a chance to get Soto punched out, you did something right. This is 104 strikeouts for him, 117 walks. Another guy that has 117 walks is Aaron Judge. Last time out, he took the first pitch of the warning track to right field for Wilyer Abreu, just making it just shy of that fence grading. Here's another first pitch swing. This is toward the track again. And Rafael, it only takes about 5 pitches to retire 3 batters. Crispo will take it. I'll take a short inning. Still 1-0 Yankees.
Local coverage is sponsored by Steel Family of Products. It's time to cause a lot of damage. The Steel Family of Products are here to help with products you can trust to prepare before the storm hits.
I'll be right back.
After the storm passes, get the Steel Family of Products.
At Merrick, food is our love language. It has been for over 30 years, and it always will be, as we continue crafting home-style favorites inspired by our Texas roots. Because food is your love language too. Merrick, real is our recipe.
What? Tim Hortons has a $6 breakfast bundle with a mouth-watering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your tea time. Oh, and yours too, the $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood Tim.
Step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. Get super fast speeds and low lag streaming for an incredible viewing experience inning after inning. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Let me guess. You want to know underdog odds?
Everyone loves an underdog. I'm taking him straight up on ESPN Bet tonight.
How you gonna better get the superstar quarterback?
Superstar, always with the superstar.
I gotta find me a new day.
We'll see you tomorrow.
The Red Sox world champions in 2018. Back-to-back last place finishes, though. The last 2 years, 3 lines, 4 games, they finished in last. A team not a lot of people thought would be in the conversation this late in the year. Within 4 games of the last playoff spot. All Jordan Gonzalez takes falling from Mr. Cortez. How about Rocky Gonzalez, who's cut by the Red Sox?
So let's get back into the play-by-play. We're the fourth inning, Jordan here with you. It's the MLB on Fox 2 local feed for me here in Michigan side of it. Again, for most of us, that's what it will be. For some of us in the side of the other part of the locations, it'll be Tampa or Cleveland in terms of the Rays and the Guardians. But 1-0, the Yankees still have the lead. It's a solo shot for Gleyber Torres. It's still where we are. Nestor Cortez, 6 strikeouts through his first 9 outs. He's been very sharp. Romy Gonzalez will get set to do battle here. It's a 2-1 count. As they'll scroll back up in the notes, Romy, Tyler O'Neill, and Connor Wong, 3, 4, 5. 92. This will go foul down the right field line. Almost had the distance. Again, John Spolt's talking about it now as they're looking at the AL wildcard on the TV side of the graphic. Tigers are 3.5 back. I'll be covering them on Saturday of the hometown assignment against Corbin Burns and the Baltimore Orioles. So we'll see how that one goes, but there shouldn't be any clouds in the sky. And Nestor Cortez, another punch out. It's his 7th, and we're just in the top 4. 1 out to go. 1 out in the 4th, I should say. The Red Sox schedule 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the Rays, Twins, Blue Jays, and Rays again. So I will be rooting, I'll say this locally here, for the Red Sox against the Twins. Try to get a sweep there because the Tigers, they're going to lose some games in this 9-game stretch between the O's and the Royals, and they're going to need some help. The Twins are going to have to lose some. Again, the Twins had lost 16 of the last 21 before they had won a couple games ago, but they're going to need to lose some more, and Tigers are going to need to pick up some wins if they want to get back into it. But at least they made a run at this thing. It just kind of makes you wonder if Scott Harris and Chris Illich, but normally Chris Illich should say, not Mike, because he's the one that spent the money. If they would have gotten somebody like Matt Chapman and moved from Javier Baez, you'd probably already be in the postseason. And considering this young team, you got some pieces that you feel good about. You know, there's something to look forward to in 2025, but you could have already had postseason action now. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. 3-1 against O'Neill. This is fouled off his shin. 3-2. Tyler O'Neill now on the full count. Looked like that was a small center cut. This one goes off the shoe of O'Neill. That's right in the cleat. 227 against righties, 322 against lefties. OPS 1200. 93. Cortez issues the walk. I don't think that's a bad idea, considering what Tyler O'Neill's been able to do so far this year, and his walk-off 2-run shot just the other day to be able to give the Red Sox the win over the O's. Jackson Holliday misplayed a ball at second and turned into a walk-off shot over the Green Monster. Connor Wong. Swing and miss at 93 up toward his face. Again, as I've said, you mix in between 91, 92, 93, but you double that with some sweepers, some cutters, some stuff off the plate. Makes it very hard to mess up alongside the differential, but find something to hit. They've been able to do that right now. 86 on a changeup. And anything that Cortez has missed, what I've liked is he's missed deliberately. He's not kind of messed around, kind of flaunted that strike zone. If he wants to miss intentionally, he's going to do so. And if he wants to challenge, he's going to do so. He's got good control on that side. 86. Good look there on the changeup there for Connor Wong, but a better eye. Last time he was up, he hit a double. He got stranded at third base as the Yankees took the short out at second. So we'll see what they can do here against Nestor Cortes. He's been lethal. 2-1. This one toward the hands. It is way foul down the third base side. 2-2 will be the count against Connor Wong. His numbers, as we mentioned, batting average, very good. About 222, 285, I should say, about 13 bombs, 48 RBI, 53 runs scored, 23 walks, 102 strikeouts. Yeah, that's a little high there, but the average very, very good. It means it doesn't get cheated often. This one toward the hands again. It was too close to take. Able to get the bat head on it and extend this one. At least make Nestor Cortes continue to work. He's 65 pitches in through 3 1/3 innings, and he's used the strikeout to great advantage in this game. He's got Wong in the rocking chair right now, and a 3-2 changeup just outside. That one was awfully close. Full count again for Connor Wong in his second straight at bat. Trevor Story waiting on deck. Tyler O'Neill on first with a walk. And Cortes already has a strikeout in the fourth. This is whistled foul. That was hit very hard on an inside fastball. Connor Wong was ready for it there big time, but he pulled that thing foul. That was an absolute bullet. I'll say it again. Pitch number 68. We'll see if Aaron Boone, how one of the leash that Cortes gets if this continues. Inside, back-to-back walks. The first one I didn't really complain because I think for Tyler O'Neill, he didn't want to mess around. Connor Wong really made Nestor Cortes work for that right now. And whenever they were talking about the dugout, Aaron Boone definitely shook his head yes from what we saw. That was inside, brushed him back, and Wong kind of just spun out of the way, took that one for a ball. So back-to-back walks here for the Red Sox, and Dirty Water might be in business here. Trevor Story, you ready to go? So college football Friday to be Arizona Wildcats taking on K-State. Number 20 ranked Arizona taking number 14 Kansas State. So they're going to take a look right now alongside the home plate umpire, making sure that Nestor Cortes has whatever he needs with the rosin bag. They'll wipe that sweat off and get some grip on that baseball. So good leverage at bat here early for the Boston Red Sox. 217 for Story, as we said, with just 5 RBI, but just happy to see him back in a Red Sox uniform playing, staying healthy. He's missed a calendar year over the last 3 seasons, honestly. He's missed about 162 games. See if Story takes a grain cut here. He does. At 94, Cortes ramped up. I just figured Story with runners in scoring position there wouldn't mess around. So in 2016 to 21 at Coors Field, 272, 158 home runs, and an 863 OPS. But the injuries of what's dug him in, 93 takes Austin Wells out of the crouch. And the Yankees crowd might get a little concerned here as Cortes, I think intentionally with Tyler O'Neill, Connor Wong made him work for him, but he's starting to miss that strike zone a little bit. And even though Story's been injured, he can still take you deep. 91. Good play for Chisholm. Makes the throw over. What a play for Jazz. Does it all himself. Steps on the bag, takes the bullet, tosses over to first. That's why you picked him up for the Marlins. That's why you know he can play some good third base. You didn't even know he could play third base. Let's transition to this full time. Good work there for Jazz. Double play, Trevor Story. And Nestor Cortes does the job again. So a couple walks for the Red Sox in that fourth. It is still 1-0 Bronx Bombers. We're still waiting really for more runs to be scored, but Nestor Cortes, in his first moment of trouble in top four, does get a couple walks. I do think the Tyler O'Neill walk was intentional. Let me just throw it out there like that. I don't think you want to mess around with him because he's already got 30 tanks on the year. Connor Wong really make Nestor Cortes work for it, but it ended up working out because after a strikeout to go ahead and start this one, Nestor Cortes induces a double play, but Jazz Chisholm, pretty good work of the third base side to step on the bag and toss over to first, all in one motion, and that is why the score is still 1-0. Due up, bottom four will be Austin Wells, Giancarlo Stanton, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. 4, 5, and 6 for manager Aaron Boone. It's hard to believe the Yankees were 82-80 last year when they missed the postseason. And you say, does Juan Soto kind of change things and move it all the way around? I think your answer is yes. I think Verdugo has been a good pickup. Austin Wells has played well. Jazz Chisholm was a good pickup at the deadline. I think everything's been smart. So Cooper Criswell, 6 pitches, top of the order. Now let's see what happens with Austin Wells. This one will be cued back toward the right side of the cleat off the back foot. 1-1. He was way ahead there on the cutter. So he is going to work now through his third inning. 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts through 3 innings of work so far as he's in inning number 4. Change up, spit on low for Wells. Does not offer at it. And Criswell now 54 pitches into his day. I said going into my notes, at least with the finesse pitch to the top set around 89, if that was going to fool the Yankee bats. I don't think it's going to fool the bats, but we'll see what happens here. Wilyer Abreu had to take, 10 or 11 strides from deep right field. I don't know why he was playing that deep on Austin Wells, but he was able to go ahead and make the catch. And the only reason I say that, not that he doesn't have the power, but Criswell doesn't throw all that hard. And Austin Wells throws his helmet. He's a little bit upset. He feels like he just missed that one. Thought it was a decent at bat. Stanton. This one in toward the hands. Abreu coming in again. We'll have to play this one in off a hop. Now for Stanton, I can understand playing so deep. So Stanton ended up reaching again for the second straight time. What a first pitch attacks for the Yankees so far. We've seen Judge do that a couple times. He's only seen 2 pitches in Aaron Judge. He's had 2 warning track fly balls. I think Stanton's only seen maybe 4 pitches and 2 at-bats. That one, he took a cutter on the inside and was able to get that one off the short hop against Wilyer Abreu. Now Jazz Chisholm will swing off the first pitch and a cutter right down the frame. Lineup in the second, 260, 22 bombs, 66 RBI, a 770 OPS. He has been really good for the Yankees, and I imagine they get him down the stretch in the postseason. Jazz Chisholm is going to continue to find his footing. Still a really good young player. Again, he was on the cover of MLB The Show, I believe, just last season as a member of the Marlins, and he was really enjoying himself. But now as a member of the Yankees, I really don't see the way that he's playing how the Bronx Bombers can let him leave. That's just me, to be completely honest. I think he fits right in. He gives you the speed. He gives you the dynamic. He plays a great third base. He's versatile around the infield. They can play outfield if they absolutely have to. Seems like he's got a decent arm. Seems like he's got decent poise at the bat rack. I really don't see anything wrong with Jazz. 2-1. 76 on a sweeper. All of a sudden, after the Giancarlo Stanton bunch up for a single just shy of Abreu, it's now 3-1 against Jazz. And you got to be careful here. He's got a little power. He'll take a cut on a changeup that was way outside of the zone. He will shake his head because he knew that was a walk. Full count doesn't mean you still can't work that same way. And also, if you do get Jazz on base, I know we will be standing at second if that's the case. But he's got a lot of stolen base threat as well. He got some speed in those legs. Pitch number 61 does not offer. Very happy able to draw the walk, especially after what he could have in the previous pitch. So after the one pitch out, you have runners on first and second, Chisholm and Stanton, respectively. Stanton at second. And now Criswell is going to be put on the ropes here. Alabama and Wisconsin will get set for big news Saturday. And we'll see what the Badgers can do against the number 4 Crimson Tide. Last time Jason Dominguez was up, he had a 10-pitch single against Criswell. It's a good opportunity to get some RBI. I think he only has one with no home runs in the season. Again, only just a handful of games for Jason Dominguez, just his 12th major league game. 0-1, curveball strike. Here's the 0-2. This one way low. Again, I think it's easy to see what Criswell wants to do against the young Dominguez, and that's throw the low off-speed pitches that most young players tend to bite on. But Dominguez is doing a good job getting the bat head on it. There's just not a lot of velocity. 87 on a cutter high and away, and Dominguez will punch out. I did not expect that. It'll be Anthony Rizzo now, due up 8th in this order. Again, if Rizzo was healthy, if everything else was turned back the clock for 4 or 5 years ago, you would see this bat in the middle of the order. This is a good opportunity for Rizzo. I think he can come through. Yankees don't want to miss these opportunities. This hit him. So Anthony Rizzo will take the softest hit by pitch in the world, about 75, almost right in the kneecap. So Anthony Volpe with the bases juice in the 4th, 2 outs. Yankees have an opportunity to, I don't know if they're going to say blow this game wide open, but they could do it. It's the back leg, the back right leg of Anthony Rizzo. It was an off-speed pitch. There really wasn't a grimace there for Rizzo. We'll just take his chance at first. So Rizzo at first, Stanton at third, Jazz Chisholm at second. Bases are juiced for Anthony Volpe. I think the crowd's going to get to their feet here with bottom 4, 2 outs. Good opportunity here for the Bronx Bombers to score some extra runs. They need to do so right now because you don't know how many of these opportunities you're going to get. And for Criswell, how long he's going to go. So 292 average with a grand slam, bases loaded, 24 at-bats. Let's see if Volpe comes through here. 75, way inside on a sweeper, and that'll back Volpe away. 1-0. Not close. Cam Boozer getting warm, the lefty. I think one of the only lefties that the Red Sox carry. So Volpe, 1-0. Here's the pitch from Criswell, sinker, high on the side of the box to the left. Called the strike. That one was in the zone high as Volpe gets set to dig back in. Bases juiced with the Yankees. Big swing for Volpe, and that goes right into the Red Sox dugout. 1-2. What's Criswell going to do here? I imagine he's got at least one pitch to play with. 8 grand slams allowed for the Red Sox this year, most in Major League Baseball. Working quickly. Volpe, fly ball toward left, and O'Neill camps underneath it, makes the catch, and the Yankees leave the bases loaded. Still 1-0. Let's go to the 5th.
With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking and Blitz, the blind spot information system with cross-traffic alerts to help get away from it all. You got this with Ford Escape.
Casey Planet trade-in customers can lease a 2024 Escape for $279 a month for 24 months at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today. For this can't miss moment, to this hello, Pablo.
worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older, or 60 or older with certain chronic conditions, you're at higher risk of getting hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. You have options. Ask for your doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Because moments like these matter.
Make this a summer to share. The 3-row Kia Sorento.
So how about it? Let's go across Major League Baseball scoreboard for those that are still hanging in here on the YouTube side. I humbly appreciate it. Nationals have a 3-2 lead over the Marlins, top 7. So Bride sacrifice fly to right, scored Sonoya. Norby grounded out to shortstop. Fortes scored Sonoya to third. It was a 3-1 lead for. Let me start this over. I did backwards here. That was for the Marlins, scored in the last couple of runs to make it 3-2. But Dylan Cruz and Tenya double ended up scoring it. So not a lot of players that I'm familiar with. Maybe some call-ups here. Again, I apologize for the pronunciation. Maybe some call-ups alongside the Marlins and the Nationals. Because the Marlins are 54-92 and the Nationals are 65-80. So that's kind of where you are right now. And our featured game is still 1-0 Yankees, courtesy of Wilyer Torres to lead it off in the first. 3-2 Rays have taken the lead over the Guardians. Rangers and Mariners, it'll be on ESPN Plus at 9:45 Eastern. Rockies take a 4-2 win over the Tigers. The other two finals, Cardinals 6-1 over the Reds, and the Astros 6-3 over the A's. So the only other game in progress besides ours are the Marlins and Nationals. I give that to you with Washington up 3-2 and the Rays up 3-2 on the Guardians. Nestor Cortez has been excellent in this game right now. Last 2 appearances, 8 1/3, 1 hit, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. That's combined. And in this game, he has been excellent as well. Let me give you those numbers here officially as we'll scroll down. So for Nestor Cortez, starting the 5th, he's through 4, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts. I think just 1 walk here for Nestor. Danny Jansen gives this one a ride to left field, and that one's not coming back. Danny Jansen, the former Blue Jay, remember he made history this year. He played catcher in the rainout game for the same team, 2 different teams in the same game. Now hits the tank against the Yankees, and we're tied at 1. Danny Jansen gave that one a ride at 385 feet to left field, and that was a hanging breaking ball, I believe, and that one did not come back. Yep, right in the middle of the plate of a hanging breaking ball. That looked like a curveball that didn't curve. I think that's the best way to say it, and that was just deposited over the left field wall. There was no doubt about it that one was going to be gone. And Danny Jansen has put the Red Sox to level. So that's a pretty good look there for Danny Jansen. They say it's his first home run in over a month. And Abreu now. So at least we'll have at least 8, 9, and 1 as Danny Jansen. Looks like he's got Olympic medals that they put on when these guys hit home runs. I like that one more so than the pizzas for the Tigers. Abreu now strokes a single back-to-back base hits. Really, Cortez has given up nothing all day until right now to start this 5th. So back-to-back reach. One already hit the seats in Danny Jansen, and now Wilmer Abreu gets a single. So this would be nice for Nestor Cortez to shut the water off in the faucet right now. Yankees pitching staff want to get everybody on the phone and start getting everybody warm. That's what they're thinking of right now. Ceddanne Rafael is a power threat, although he is one to be prone to strike out, as we talked about. We've already seen that in this game. Don't really want to mess around with Rafaela too much, however. Pretty good-looking rookie. 252, 15 bombs, 70 RBI. For Ceddanne, 139 punchies, though. This one at 85, low and a changeup. It gets the bat head. He'll have to take a strike for it. 1-1. So Yankees get back-to-back hits. Yankees give up back-to-back hits. Red Sox get back-to-back hits, and one of them goes over the wall. Abreu at first. Jansen scores in a home run. No outs, top 5. That one spiked in the dirt. Good block, good catch for Austin Wells. Again, they're showing this on the Fox side. Tampa has just taken the lead over the Guardians. Again, for the Yankees, you messed around too much, and they could give up a lead in the AL East against the O's. You don't want to get caught in any sort of wild card matchups. This one put in the dirt again, 3-1. So Rafael will get a chance to turn this one over to Jarren Duran, even with the double play or anything else. But 3-1 count leverage will see if Rafael wants to get a little nasty here against Cortez. Pitch number 83. Here's the throw across. They're not going to get the tag. So stolen base. Wilmer Abreu, they had the hit and run on. Rafaela didn't apply the hit, but Abreu still got the stolen bag. Looks like he might have had a 3 or 4 step lead. And that one for Austin Wells looked like that was almost soft tossed. And I don't really mean it to be that way, but I don't think the throw was as good as it could have been. So Abreu able to get the second. So Alex Cora trying to play for that extra run here with no outs. Full count. What's Cortez going to do here? He's got to get Rafaela. Full count pitch. This one is barely on the bat head and sent this one foul. It's been a good game so far, and the Red Sox have an opportunity here to try to do a little bit more damage. Ian Hamilton starting to get warm here for the Yankees. Pinstripes trying to keep this one at the top 5, tied at 1. Mr. Cortez gave up his first damage. Rafaela, very good at bat, continues to keep this one rolling with no outs, top 5. So Danny Jansen started this frame with a homer to left field. Then you had Wilmer Abreu getting a base hit on the next pitch, and Ceddanne Rafaela, as Abreu's at second, with a steal. Rafaela punches out for the second time today. It's the 8th strikeout for Cortez. That was a big out to get, but the job's not done. You still got to deal with Jarren Duran or Rafi Devers, depending on what happens. Fastball, a little bit late there for Rafaela. Again, only at 94, but we've been talking about it all day. With the differential on speeds, it makes it not that easy to get on top of the ball. This is inside. One of the first ones that's actually been called a strike, just a whisker off the plate. 287, 21 home runs, 72 RBI for Jarren Duran. 0-1. This is almost hit off the end of the bat, but this is going to put everybody toward the warning track. Abreu, a couple courtesy steps. He'll go right back and stay tethered to second as Duran is put away. So no problem there in left for the Yankees to go ahead and make the catch for Jason Dominguez. Make sure I want him to throw that out there and give him a shout out. Rafi Devers could be the last hope in the 5th here for the Red Sox, but at least the Red Sox had tied the game courtesy of a Danny Jansen solo shot. The runs have been scored on a couple of solo shots in this game. Kind of makes me feel like yesterday when almost all the runs the other day were all home runs until Manny Machado's 2-run single. And Abreu off the wild pitch is going to go to third. So he had a single, stolen base got him to second, wild pitch gets him to third. It's still 2 outs. So if Rafi Devers comes through at all, the Red Sox can score another run unless they just decide to walk him here, which they definitely could. Because Romy Gonzalez could put the bat on the ball, but for Devers, you don't want to mess around. Oh my goodness, 94 right down the middle of the plate, and Devers swung late. He got swung like a top. 2 strikeouts. Don't normally see that for Rafi Devers in this game so far, but don't think you want to challenge or make down the middle of the zone unless Cortez is feeling himself. He might be emptying the tank. He's going to be pitch 91 through top 5. Another 94. Last time Devers was up, he took strike 3 looking essentially right down the middle of the plate. Now he's shaking his head. Why didn't I swing at that one? 4 for 17, 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 10 strikeouts. So Nestor Cortez, a little bit of good, and a little bit of bad. Devers doesn't want to strike out a third time. 1 and 2, but he does. Rafi Devers with a hat trick. Nestor Cortez punches him out again. Danny Jansen does the damage to get this game tied for the Red Sox, but you don't see that very often. Devers been swinging later. He's been looking 1-1. We'll go bottom 5.
Tim Hortons has a $6 breakfast with a mouth-watering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood Tim's.
Step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. Get super fast speeds and low lag streaming for an incredible viewing experience inning after inning. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Is this what you think when you think OtterBox? Well, think again.
We've got selections and collections.
We've got style and miles, and I'll tell you that, we still have the Crypto series.
What's the score of the game?
Let's give you an update here for those that are following along in the comments section. I'll change this to top 5. We've just completed it there. Jansen starts the inning with a solo shot, Abreu single, stolen base, but Cortez gets a couple more strikeouts, limits the damage. It's now a 1-1 tie. That is where we sit right now as we enter the bottom 5. The Yankees will have the top of their order due up in Gleyber Torres, Juan Soto, and Aaron Judge. It's been a good ball game so far. Both these pitchers, I should say, with Criswell and Cortez, the Flying C's, have done a good job trying to limit the damage, and they've had to kind of be hung on the ropes here and there, but they've gotten strikeouts or big key outs when they needed them. So top of the order due up, Gleyber Torres. First pitch and on a slide, Jarren Duran makes a pretty catch on the left field side, and Torres is robbed of a single or maybe even extra bases. So good start there for the Boston Red Sox on defense as we get toward the bottom of this inning number 5. Danny Jansen got a solo shot on the top of the 5th that tied this one at 1. Gleyber Torres was the one that opened the game with a home run on the top of the order. That time he just got robbed by Jarren Duran. It'll be Soto and Judge left to go here, at least in this bottom 5 for the Yankees. Soto at 90 miles an hour. Really good location there for Criswell. I feel like as this game has gotten along, he's gotten stronger. That could be the broadcasting jinx. But just 72 pitches in through 4 1/3. In toward the bat path of Soto. Will drag him out of the way. Can't do the Soto shuffle there. 2-1. Aaron Judge has only seen 2 pitches the first 2 plate appearances. They've both been a warning track shots, but that's all that they've been. 3-1. Soto now. Still trying to make sure that he gets comfortable. Look at it with the eyes. He knows what he wants in the strike zone all the time. He walks more than he strikes out. He's got tremendous power. Still 25. He is a superstar among superstars. That's really all you can say about one. Right down the middle on a changeup. And if he had to do that one over again, that one might be hit 450 feet with somebody of his caliber. Full count pitch. It does not bother Soto, though, nonetheless. He will take the walk. So it'll be up to Aaron Judge. In this bottom 5, we see the Judge's chambers is loaded. They are waiting for number 99 to bring some thunder. Of late, we've talked about it. He's been in a little bit of a slump. He's still got an incredible average. He's still gunning for AL MVP. He probably will get it, unless Bobby Witt Jr. has anything to say about it. Judge, first pitch swinging again. What a stab at third. They're going to get the double play. What a ridiculous effort on the third base side for Rafi Devers. That was hit very hard. Had to spin, turn around, toss that one over to Story, and get the feed over to Connor Wong. Turn that one over third, short, first, 3 pitches, 3 outs essentially for Judge. That's a double play. That was defensive showmanship for the Red Sox in that bottom 5. We go to the 6th. It's 1-1.
Each one recommended by Consumer Report. This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Kia, movement that inspires.
What? Tim Hortons is a $6 breakfast bundle with a mouth-watering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood tent.
Be prepared for the next power outage with a Generac automatic standby generator. This month, get a 10-year extended warranty with a new Generac automatic standby generator installed by Oak Electric. Call or visit oakelectric.com today.
Welcome to DraftKings Casino, the home of blackjack. Get in on the thrill of the hit, the split, the double down. Enjoy the largest library of blackjack games online at your fingertips. Spanish 21, live dealer, vacation blackjack, retro blackjack, and much more. Download America's #1 online casino app and take advantage of this great offer. DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
What? Tim Hortons is a $6 breakfast bundle.
So Ian Hamilton going to get set to be the new pitcher. Fox is still waiting for these warm-up pitches here, so I'm waiting for them to get back on the broadcast. Not often I get a chance to see some of that before we get set to dig back in. And I can't even speak. I apologize. Stumbling all over myself. Promise you I'm not drunk. Ian Hamilton gets set to check back in for Nestor Cortez in relief, and they're still doing this long camera shot. Hopefully they get a chance to go back into the broadcast. It's really hard to call the play when I'm looking in outer space. So let me just give you the reset here. So for Nestor, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 9 strikeouts. That is his final line. I think we're already 1 out. They have not cut this camera, so if they don't fix this in the bottom part of the order, I'll just flip back over to the local TV side and see if it changes. But I think Fox, somebody's asleep at the wheel on the broadcast side and forget to switch the cameras here. So Romy Gonzalez punches out. I'll have to just do this on the ESPN side of the box. And now Ian Hamilton is going to try to do some work against Tyler O'Neill. This is very unconventional because I have to follow along the ESPN box. So the first is a 4-seamer outside the zone on 97, and the second one is a strike swinging on a slider at 87 off the plate.
Now, go to your iPhone. You still can get that same information, but you'll be a little more uncomfortable. It may take longer, and it's a harder transition. And that's the way it is when you're trying to take a 7.
So we can finally get back into the broadcast side of it. Someone fell asleep at the wheel on the broadcast side for Fox, and all I had was a long outstretched camera view. So Ian Hamilton, the new pitcher of record, is Tyler O'Neill now with 1 out, is up at the bat rack, 2-2. Nestor Cortez, 5 innings today, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. It was really good for the Yankees. 2-2. Ian Hamilton on a slider at 88 to full count against Tyler O'Neill. Just last night, won in an extra innings with a 2-run home run over the Monster at Fenway Park, and this will be the last time that these bitter rivals in the AL East will meet up in this season. Strike 3 down the middle on a sinker. 97. The velocity must have played with the eyes for Tyler O'Neill. So 2 punch outs for Ian Hamilton to start this 6th. Not too bad. We're out of the bullpen. Now Connor Wong should be the last hope for the Red Sox in the 6th. If you're just joining us, it's a good ball game. A couple of solo shots. We have one in the 5th from Danny Jansen. The one in the 1st for the Yankees led off the ball game with Gleyber Torres. That's all we got right now. 97. Wonderful pitch. And on the hands on a sinker. So nothing wrong with the velocity of the placement right now. Ian Hamilton's trying to do some quick work in the 6th. He's got kind of a mix on the side of the lip. It looks like someone punched him. Right on the side of it is he's got a scrunched up face as he gets set to deliver. And I mean that in the best way, but it does look like he got popped in a boxing match. 0-2. Connor Wong already against it. We'll see if Ian Hamilton can actually strike out the side. That would be a really good start in the 6th and some bullpen relief for the Yankees. Waiting on the 0-2. Pitch number 13 for Hamilton. This one cued in on the hands. It'll stay fair. No problem for Jazz. Makes a soft toss over. Ian Hamilton, that's a great half inning of work there as he gets the job done right out of bullpen relief. We'll take a break. Still 1-1. So when he gets set in the bottom 6, it'll be Austin Wells, Giancarlo Stanton, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. 4, 5, 6 to up here for the Yankees. So let's go bottom 6, 4, 5, 6 to up for the Bronx Bombers. There's not been a lot of bombing in this game. There has been a couple solo shots on both sides. Austin Wells will get a ground through this shortstop hole, and this will be rolled over to Rafael, as Wells will get a single. But that's just the 4th hit of the ball game for the Yankees. There's 3 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run, 3 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run, 4 hits for the Yankees. As we're really just starting the bottom of the 6th. We're looking at the football slate. There is some interesting games at 1 o'clock in the NFL. And what happens now in the mix of the Green Bay Packers after Jordan Love is going to be out maybe, 3 or 4 games? Cam Boozer is still getting set to get warm. Giancarlo Stanton's probably been one of the best Yankees in this game. A couple walks, base hit, should say a walk base hit, worked out pretty well. Walk single, 232, 25 home runs, 62 RBI, 768 OPS. He's up against it 0-2. Cooper Criswell trying to manage this sixth, and that was awfully close. Good eye for Giancarlo. I still remember when it was like Mike Stanton, really Drew Stanton, Mike Stanton, in the sense of it, where before he changed his name, still got the same amount of power. As this one will go all the way back to 77 miles an hour. Make it 2-2. But it's still detonation in the middle of the lineup when the Yankees can absolutely use it. That's what Stanton still provides. His average is up about 35 points. This is changeup. He was down and away, but he got the bat head on it to be able to stay alive. He could have taken it for a ball. Still 2-2 count. Jazz Chisholm waiting at the bat rack right now. He has been exceptional since coming over from the Marlins to the Yankees. As Criswell accepts a new baseball with the stitching, get everything set up. This is a big leverage at bat here for Stanton, because he could always score who's ever over or score himself. 2-2 pitch. That was way outside on a sweeper. And again, I think for Stanton, this is his third full count of the game. It's about as good as I've seen Stanton look. He's looked very patient. He's kind of taken the old Aaron Judge approach. Again, Judge has 3 outs on 3 pitches, I believe, but Stanton has been able to work the count. He's had a good leverage at bat. He's been strong. Judge has hit the ball hard 3 times. I'm not going to lie to you here. He's had 2 warning track shots and a double play at third, but I've liked the way Stanton's looked in this game. He got him on a sweeper down the middle. He was way out front on the off speed. He was expecting about 90. He got 76. And Alex Cora said, you know what? We might just go to Cam Boozer here for the lefty-lefty against Jazz Chisholm. We'll see if they want to do that. And just a little bit out in front was Giancarlo Stanton. And I think that Alex Cora is maybe going to make the hook here. If he does, it's a good outing for Cooper Criswell nonetheless. 86 pitches. His day is done. We'll go to the bullpen. Cam Boozer going to sit the do battle here in the rest of this bottom 6. Let me see if I can get you a football update.
Automatic standby generator installed by Local Electric. Call or visit localelectric.com today.
You guys have any fantasy football going on in this game? Any players that you have going? At the end of 1, I don't know if Alec Nav is covering this game. Let's see if he has Amazon Prime. If he does, I can send you a link across.
This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Kia, movement that inspires.
Toyota has 17 hybrids, more than anyone else, including the best-selling Camry, best-selling RAV4, and best-selling Tacoma. Toyota is electrified, diversified, and the choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places. The tradition, the atmosphere, the pageantry, and the passion. Big Boom Saturday.
I'm just seeing if Alec Novel was calling this game today. I don't think he is. I don't have Amazon Prime, so I can't call anything. I did reach out a couple times, just in passing, as far as covering anything football, but I would need a lot of help. I would be more of the comic relief. I can do play-by-play, no problem, for baseball, basketball, and hockey. That is my forte on that side of football. Really isn't mine. College football, I think, would be a little bit easier, but I enjoy it. College football, I would lean a little bit more there, but I would say for the NFL, even though it's most people's number 1, that's probably honestly number 4 for me. I like it, but it is what it is. In this one, Bills 7, Dolphins 7. Josh Allen's got the football, 5 of 7, 51 yards with a touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa's already thrown 2 picks, 6 of 9 for 56 yards. So that Bills defense, they've created some problems. Jazz Chisholm takes a giant swing and miss. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Cam Boozer and Jazz Chisholm Jr. I think this is the only lefty that the Red Sox carry in their bullpen, if I'm correct. 6.36 in bullpen ERA last since the All-Star break, 16 blown saves, and almost 2 home runs per 9. All last out of 30 teams in Major League Baseball. So bullpen relief has not exactly been relief. You're going to need some Rolaids on that side. You're going to be dealing with some of these guys, apparently. 1-1. Ball called on that one on a sweeper. That one looked like it should have been a strike. Jazz Chisholm will take it, though. 2-1. We'll see if he can hang with this on lefty-lefty. I don't think he's a bad hitter either way on either side of the plate. 2-1. Way outside on a cutter, not even close. So Cooper Criswell, his line isn't done with the runner at first. But 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. He did a hell of a lot better than I thought he would today, considering what they were featuring. I thought the Yankees might get a couple more home runs. Jazz waiting on 3-1. Another big swing on a cutter. Not close. Not one low and away. Again, Chisholm had another situation like this where he had 3-1, took a big swing, and then he ended up drawing the walk anyway. He could do that right now, but if I'm Cam Boozer, I go right out to this lefty-lefty matchup, even though Jazz is good. I'm not messing around here. And Jazz knew that too. He punched to the right field side. Abreu will quickly throw it in. No problem, as they'll get that one in, but it'll be runners at first and second. And Cam Boozer has got to make sure that he holds this right where it is, because this could be the ball game. Because, as we mentioned, with those numbers courtesy of Fox being last in the league by a lot, they've given up home runs, have been hit hard, they've given up some walks. ERA's been very elevated to last in the league at that point. You cannot afford to give away games right now. If you're the Red Sox, when you only have about 16 left, and if you lose this one, you're already 4 back. You could be essentially be 4.5 back after today because the Twins are inactive. There's just not a lot of runway left. It's kind of like the Tigers losing to the Rockies today with Tarek Skubal on the mound. They just couldn't score any runs, dropped the game they probably shouldn't have when you got to deal with the Orioles this weekend, then the Royals, and then the Orioles again. Yankees, Red Sox, I think, are going to be going all the way through from this Thursday to Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the Sunday night baseball game that they choose. Jason Dominguez, switch bat against the lefty, so he'll change sides. Runners at first and second. Jazz Chisholm got a single. Can Jason Dominguez, the 21-year-old, come through? Swing on a cutter early. Was not cheated on that one, making it 0-1. So as a right-handed hitter in the minors, hit 160. Thank you to Fox for that. For Jason Dominguez, 94, 4-seam just outside. Runners in scoring position 0 for a combined 0 for 10 for both teams. Red Sox 0 for 6. So you leave that math with the remainder. I'm not trying to make it a math lesson, but there you go. 1-1. Spiked in the dirt. There's confusion toward first. And for whatever reason, Jazz Chisholm left first. And Danny Jansen able to get the throw over, get the tag on. What on earth was that about? Did Jazz Chisholm think that they were going to send the runners alongside with Aaron Boone? He must have, because they did not go at second. Chisholm breaks. He's caught as a dead man. He cannot get back to first. Boy, oh boy, what a boneheaded play there. Wow, that is crazy. And now Dominguez, as I think they were hoping that a double steal was going to be on. That's the only thing that I can think of. But do you really expect Austin Wells, the catcher, to go? That's a missed sign. That's the only thing I can say, because Jazz is better than that. And there's no way Aaron Boone's happy. So Dominguez draws the walk. Would have been bases loaded and 1 out. Alex Cora not showing it, but I'm sure he's got to be breathing a sigh of relief. I'm just not sure what Jazz Chisholm was thinking. Really, there is no other way to say it. Anthony Rizzo now is batting 8th, as I think we've gone to this lineup order for the 3rd time. See if he can come through. Normally at this point, especially, I know it's a little bit later in Rizzo's career, this is a guy you would not want to mess with. But right now, lefty on left again, could be a good opportunity for Boozer to keep it right where it is. This is a huge cut for Rizzo. This one in underneath his hands. Make it 0-1. 219, 8 home runs, 31 RBI. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th. So Rizzo waiting on the 0-1 is 0-1 today. Boozer could get out of this with no runs scored. 94, way outside on a fastball. Make it 1-1. If he does reach in any order, Anthony Volpe would be next. Volpe struck out with the bases loaded last time up full of Yankees. Boozer gets set to deliver the 1-1, gets the sign from Jansen. 95, down the screen toward third base. 1-2. John out here with you on the call. I'm watching this one on the Fox National feed. Thank you for joining with me today. I will be back Friday for the football picks, but Saturday for more baseball coverage as we get some wild card looks this week between the O's and the Tigers. It's going to be Corbin Burns on the mound. This one on the hands, and he'll be sent back. Pitch 15 in the Boozer's day. And I'm sure Jazz Chisholm is looking on to see where he was and what was, if there was any signs or if he missed. He took a big jump, and it just was anticipation that wasn't there, and he was punched out. Jansen made the toss over. 1-2. That is a good pitch for Boozer, and even better take from Rizzo. That was in. He tried to get a back door on a sweeper there. 2-2, but this bat is still going. 1-1's the score. It's only changed since the 5th. It was 1-0 for the longest time. Rizzo somehow fights that one off. Not sure what he was looking at there. I don't think it was going to be a strike nonetheless. Never threatened, but able to stay alive here. 2-2. Not even sure how he got the bat head on him, to be honest. A little half lunge. I didn't think he would have hit that with a garden hose. Beautiful look in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. 2-2. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Boozer trying to get out of it. In toward the face for Rizzo. And he'll back away. Full count. Runners will be off with the pitch. That's the beautiful portion of it now. If Chisholm didn't get caught in that error, it would be bases loaded with 1 out. But now runners will be off at first and second with 2 outs. Rizzo trying to come through. He dodged that one like Neo in the Matrix. About 96 miles an hour toward the face. Pitch number 19. Lefty on left. Boozer trying to keep it right where it is for the Red Sox. Rizzo trying to come through. Bottom 6. Full count. Runners first and second. Here's the pitch. And it's the walk. Rizzo gets hit by a pitch. Gets on base. Walk. Gets on base. And now Cora has another meeting on the mound. They are making sure. I think they're going to take the hook one more time. They're going to go with Kelly here against Volpe, righty and righty. Bottom 6, 2 outs. Yankees got the bases loaded again for Volpe. Can he come through this time?
I couldn't move like I used to. I got the symptoms.
Feels good to move. Placentex helps real people move and feel better. It treats multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis, so less joint pain, swelling, tenderness, back pain, and cooler skin. And Placentex can even help stop further joint damage. Don't use it if you're allergic to Placentex. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis, an increased risk of infections, and lower ability to fight them when they occur. Rafael. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Have a vaccine or damage, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema or skin reactions may occur. Check out these moves. Ask your rheumatologist about Placentex.
Step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. Get super fast speeds and low lag streaming for an incredible viewing experience inning after inning. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only 5 voice.
Make this a summer to share. The 3-row Kia Sorento. The 2-row Sportage. The available all-wheel drive Sotos. Or the IIHS Top Safety Pit Plus Telluride. Each one recommended by Consumer Reports. This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Kia, movement that inspires.
Let me guess. You're one of those underdog guys. Everyone loves an underdog. Taking it straight up on ESPN Bet tonight. You're not going to give the superstar quarterback. Superstar. Always with the superstar. I got to find me there.
Both these teams hunting something. Yankees looking for a division title with a game identically to the Baltimore Orioles. So the Red Sox just barely breathed in the postseason race. 4 out of the wild card. Yankees have the bases loaded. 5 in the 6th. Anthony Volpe's at the plate. Zach Kelly's on the face it.
Zach Kelly's the new call of the bullpen, 6-3, 351, 56 in the third. Volpe's got the bases loaded again. He struck out last time. It's 1-1, 81 on a sweeper right down the middle. And Volpe takes it. Fielder's choice, fly out. That's what they have. I guess it was a fly out more so than a strikeout. 250, 11 home runs, 55 RBI, but he did not come through with the bases loaded last time up. 0-1. Here's a good swing. Duran gets onto the races. He'll get to it. And he leaves the bases loaded. Zach Kelly comes in and does the job. It was one batter, bases juiced. And the Yankees wind up with nothing. We go to the 7th, still 1-1. So Volpe, correct myself, he flied out last time. Does so again. I don't think it would have been deep enough to score Chisholm, even though he got himself ran out. But boy, oh boy, that was a mistake. And we'll see what ends up happening for the Yankees moving forward in this game as we go to the end of the 6th. It's still 1-1. This is anybody's ball game right now. But I think that it's something where the Yankees should have at least gotten 1 run on 2 opportunities with the bases loaded. But you just don't see those type of mistakes on the base paths very often. So Criswell, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. That's his final line. Very good work there. Cam Boozer, because you have the 3 batter minimum. I'm just making sure that I get that correct here. So Cam Boozer's line is done. Inning and a third, 1 hit, 2 walks. And now Zach Kelly on the mound. I think Cora is probably going to stick with him. I don't know if you're going to want to already burn somebody with a third of an inning, considering I think you got a 4-game series going into it. Make sure I spelled that correctly. Zach with a K. And let me fast forward here to Sunday, just to see what the Sunday night baseball game is going to be. So Sunday night baseball on ESPN is going to be Dodgers-Braves. And Red Sox-Yankees will be on ESPN Plus at 1:35. So yeah, this is a 4-game series. Just wanted to make sure I got that one out there. That's what I expected this to be. So let's go to the 7th, still 1-1. Trevor Story is Ian Hamilton's back out for his 2nd inning of work. We'll see how far that will go to, but I imagine he looked that good. He's going to be able to do it again. So it'll be Trevor Story, Danny Jansen, Wilmer Abreu. And for Jansen, he's the last one that scored a run for anyone in this game. He had a solo shot for the Red Sox in the fifth. It was Gleyber Torres leading off the game to begin the first. And it's still 1-1. That's where we are. A couple of runs on solo shots. Story, pop this one up. Rizzo will discard the hat. He'll make the catch. I think that's the most important part of it. He can pick that other one up later. Danny Jansen gets set there with the 3D glasses and dig back in. Again, I always like to say that because of Horace Grant. That's what it looks like to me. But he got a breaking ball that was right down the middle of the strike zone. No problem there on StatCast 3D as you get a beautiful look. 117-foot apex, 385 feet distance. That was more than a wall scraper there. As Jansen take a good snapdragon of a slider there. 0-1. That had a lot of bite to it as that one just died in the bottom portion of the strike zone, walking a solo shot. So Jansen's had a good night for the former Blue Jay. Half-hearted cut and a sinker. Make it 0-2, doesn't find it. So his batting average now is probably closer to 212 rather than the 208 that I have. Now 9 home runs and 24 RBI for Danny. He's up against it against Ian Hamilton, though. Good work in the kitchen at 97. Ian Hamilton's got some reps here. He's got a different good pitching repertoire, and he's got some velocity. I like what I've seen from this guy in the bullpen. It's 0-2. Well, back away Jansen there on a slider. Kind of crowding that plate, but 29 years old for Ian Hamilton. I think there's going to be a lot left in the tank for this arm. I know the age is a little bit young, but from what I've seen in the pitch sequencing has been good. On the corner on a slider, that was too close to take. But again, you went from 98 to 88 on both sides of the plate from right to left. Then on the outside look. And I wouldn't have to say that Wells had to bring that one back in too much. That was a pretty good placement there on a slider. And that almost really caught the left side of the plate. So they're going to say that's it for Hamilton. They'll go with the side armor, Tim Hill. Top 7, 2 outs. Good work there for Ian Hamilton as his day's done.
For views like this, you got to get out there. In a Ford Bronco where pavement doesn't exist. Go over any type of terrain. See the world from every angle. Enjoy open air freedom. And capture another day anywhere in a Ford Bronco.
Easy plan lessees can lease a Bronco Big Bang for only $339 a month for $36. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Toyota has 17 hybrids, more than anyone else, including the best-selling Camry, best-selling RAV4, best-selling Tacoma. Toyota is electrified, diversified, and the choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places.
Make this a summer to share. The 3-row Kia Sorento. The tech-forward Sportage. The available all-wheel drive Seltos. Or the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Telluride. Each one recommended by Consumer Reports.
Let me just make sure that I don't miss any walks here. If there's anything on that side of the line, I don't think Ian Hamilton issued one. He did not. An inning and 2/3, 3 strikeouts. His day is done. It's going to leave it up to Tim Hill as we're still in the top 7 with 2 outs against Wilmer Abreu. So the lefty going to get a chance now to get Abreu out. He is 8th in the lineup, so we're going to go lefty-lefty here in this matchup here for Alex Cora, because we're still in a 1-1 game. I'm surprised that there has not been more runs scored in this game. I thought when the leading off was the over-under was sitting at 9. They expected this to be at least a 5-4 type game if you want to pretty much split the difference as much as you can. So let's just do this for prosperity purposes. It was so quick. Tim Hill, one pitch. It gets Wilmer Abreu, and he gets a smile on his face. We go to bottom 7, still 1-1. Yankees due up at the bat rack. So that was pretty quick there for Tim Hill. Not much to talk about. One pitch, one out. So Yankees got at least 9 more outs to play with, maybe more if this game goes into extras the way that this is going. But I have to imagine there's going to be some run scoring against that Red Sox bullpen. Because really the only other person that I trust in the Red Sox bullpen, this is just me, let me know if it's any different, but is Kenley at that point. You could use Chris Martin. I don't know if you really want to burn him that much. You could use Greg Weissert, Chris Martin. Chris Martin's probably the other guy, but Kenley Jansen. But I don't really want to burn everybody. I guess for Cam Boozer, a couple walks and just a third of an inning there. But you got to be smart if you're Alex Cora in this 4-game series. That if you're Boston, as much as you'd like to get 4 of 4 and sweep the series, I think you really got a gun for 3. You've got to win this series. If you lose this series at all, even with remotely 16, 17 games left, if you lose this series, I don't think the Red Sox are coming back and getting a playoff spot. I know last time that we covered them, I said the Red Sox would be the team that would be on the outside looking in. I don't think they had the pitching to be able to get to where they need to be to get in the postseason. But that offense and the way that they've competed this year, it just kind of fell apart a little bit down the stretch in the second half. They lost a lot more games than they've won of late, and that's kind of done them in because they were at a point where I don't want to say they were 12 over or something like that, but now they're only 2 over, and they've not been able to maintain. They've kind of been falling apart. Hell, that's kind of the reason why, even though the Twins have a 3.5 game lead in the wild card for the American League, the Red Sox, should have still been in that point. But Twins have been losing a lot of games. 16 of the last 21. Red Sox have pretty much been losing it almost at that same clip. And if that's the case, you're just not going to make the postseason.
The Orioles, if they haven't taken off, and the Orioles can thank the same, because both these teams were all 500 since mid-June. In the last 2 months, it's been within 2 games the whole way. This is what's left.
So let's do this. So I know we're going to be covering this series with the Tigers at home, 3 for the Orioles against Detroit, San Francisco, Detroit, New York, Minnesota. That's what's left. For the Yankees, it's Boston, Seattle, Oakland, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. And they showed the AL East graphic. It's pretty much a traffic jam. And pretty much all teams playing are hovering around 500. Nobody's really kind of been able to take control. And because of that, over the last month and a half, that's why the Yankees have stayed where they are. That's why the Orioles have stayed where they are. Slayton now will get a chance to get warmed up here for Boston. So Justin Slayton, they're going to use everybody right now. 38 games, 5-2 record, 3.28 ERA, 49 and a third. Not bad numbers out of the bullpen here for Boston. Go to the top of the order one more time. Gleyber Torres was the one that got the party started, but ever since we've kind of been waiting for something to happen. Other than Danny Jansen for the Red Sox in the 5th, it's still 1-1. 2 solo shots have put this game right where it is. 2023 AL East champions, the Baltimore Orioles. See if they can do that again. So the postseason picture entering today, it would be the Royals and the Orioles, the Astros and the Twins, and the Yankees and Guardians will get that bye. So that's what you're kind of playing for right now. That's what you want, considering you don't even want to mess around with the wild card portion of it if you're close for a division lead. If you're the Tigers, you just want to get in. Certain teams, they just want to get in. But certain teams, you just want to be able to avoid that wild card side of it altogether. Deal with the best of 5, not the best of 3. And again, we're all old enough to remember when it used to just be win or go home, or even game 163. You don't have that anymore. So 1 for 3, the home run is Gleyber Torres against Slayton.
And that
85 on a sweeper. 2-1. This will be 4 pitches into his day. The Yankees are 22-23 against the AL East, about 500. Against all others, 62-39. So that's absolutely crazy. Torres, this is a bullet. Right the story. Plays it on a knee, makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. I know they're talking about it right now on the Fox Sports side of it, John, and they're with you on the call, but do you think the Kansas City Royals are as scary as the Yankees or the Orioles? The way that they've been playing, you can say they've been above their pay grade and say absolutely. I think so. And Bobby Witt Jr. is an absolute superstar. There's a snap of a curveball, but man, that was an easy one to hit. Soto's looked at some pitches he probably should have done damage on in this game. I can definitely say that. 0 for 1, 0 for 2 in this game. With a walk. 95 in the zone. Called the ball. Got a little bit squeezed on a cutter. 1-1. Scroll back down to the Yankees portion of this bottom of the 7th as we get set to stretch. Who's going to score some runs? Soto. It's now 2-1 on a curveball and 84. That one was way down in the dirt. No problem there. So most home runs before turning 26, 199. He's on a list with Frank Robertson and Albert Pujols. That's only by 2. Mickey Mantle, Mel Ott, Alex Rodriguez, and the other 2 went up too quickly. But you work your way. Those are Hall of Famers all across the board, and that's how good Juan Soto is. So Soto took a big cut on a pitch on the inside, and he couldn't find it. 2-2. Bottom 7, 1 out. Still a 1-1 game between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Slayton delivers the 2-2. Soto punches out 97. Don't see that very often from Juan Soto, but he punched out there. And let me make sure I look at this again. As far as the Yankees side of the box, don't think that's updated yet. I think it's 2 strikeouts. Yeah, 2 strikeouts and 1 walk and 3 at-bats. So, get another one of the best hitters there, and you got another one. And Aaron Judge. Now, Aaron Judge is 0 for 3. This is the first pitch I've seen him take today. That was a sweeper. 2 flying outs and a grounded into a double play. He had 2 at the warning track. 1 was a great spear for Devers off a spin and turn from Story, like the first. This one hit for a single. So Aaron Judge takes the cutter, serves it right back up the middle, and that'll extend the inning for Austin Wells. Judge has been on this baseball all day. Again, we talk about it in the open near the first when they said Judge, his batting average is in the low, 130s over the last 15 games. He's struck out a bunch of times, hasn't looked good. Well, in this game, he's been on the ball all over the place. He kind of looks like Aaron Judge. Sometimes it is just baseball. You have tough luck, you hit it hard, you're going to get outs. That's the way the game is. Austin Wells. This is down the left field line of foul. So Thurman Munson was the last Yankees catcher to win Rookie of the Year, and Austin Wells has looked really good this year, and he's kind of vacationed himself into that top 4 of the order. Maybe I shouldn't say vacation, but kind of plays it free and easy here, and he knows exactly what he needs to do. He just delivers that power swing, and he finds pitches he's supposed to swing at. That's what you like to see. 1-1. Slayton getting the sign from Danny Jansen. Good curve. That one just dropped inside of the black. The Wells will spin away. A little bit of a smile on his face, but that was a great call by the home plate umpire. That was in the zone. Don't think Jansen had to steal it either. Giancarlo Stanton would be next. Should Wells reach? This one down the middle. No problem, right off the mound. We'll make the toss, step on the bag, and the Yankees turn away. Go to the 8th. It's still 1-1. So you guys tell me, life on the line right now. Again, just have fun with it. But who scores the next run of this game? Because it's been since the 5th. A Danny Jansen solo shot tied it at 1. Gleyber Torres opened the game with a solo shot, but we haven't had any scoring since then. We haven't had a hell of a lot of hits either. Quick game so far as we're just over the 2-hour and 10-minute mark. I kind of started this right at game time. And take a look at the YouTube question. I said, are the New York Yankees a World Series threat? 5 votes. 3 of you say yes. 2 of you say no.
White Sox been a different guy. An ERA above 5 when he took the White Sox. He's been excellent with the Yankees. Whoa,
This one goes right off the glove to Tim Hill. It knocks the glove out of his hand. He catches it barehanded and throws it over to first as we start the 8th. My goodness. Rafael hit that one very hard, and they were just the meeting on the mound to make sure that he's okay. Hits in the glove. It took it right off his hand. He hit it so hard, but Tim Hill found it right behind him, tossed over. And he turned and made that, and no problem gets to Rafael. 2 pitches, 2 outs, 2 entirely different experiences as he takes a deep breath since coming over from the Cubs. So lefty-lefty matchup here for Jarren Duran and Tim Hill. That's pretty crazy. Rafael hit it so hard that it knocked the glove hand off of Tim Hill, but it tossed that one over no problem. Now it's 0-1 against Jarren Duran. 88 spiked in the dirt. And it was 1 pitch, 1 out, top 7. And now we'll start this one. 2 pitches, 2 outs, top 8. Clay Holmes starting to get warm here for the Yankees. He is their closer of designation from what I've heard in Fox right now. They're just going to take whoever and get some outs, and that's what I like. Duran, this one will go foul. It would have been tough to make the play anyway. He does have elite speed. You just can't get involved across the base paths because if you went in the same spot, that would be an automatic out. So 1-2. Tim Hill will get back to the mound, grab the rosin bag, toss it a few more times, and Jarren Duran will get set to dig back in as that clock will start. When we get to the bottom portion of the 8th, I will give you an NFL score and bring across anything else for Major League Baseball Day. Kind of a getaway day for most teams as they get set up for the next part of the series. So Tim Hill, extended series of breaths. He gets the sign from Austin Wells on a 1-2. Still a 1-1 game. Big cut, not close. This one up high. And Jarren Duran punches out. This Yankees pitching staff has made mincemeat of the Red Sox right now. They made them punch out a bunch of times. I think we're getting very close to the double-digit mark. That might be the double-digit mark at this point because Hamilton had 3, and Cortez, I want to say, had 9, so 13 strikeouts in totality and between the Yankees pitching staff so far as we work toward 27 outs. And Rafi Devers has punched out 3 times, so he's probably just happy to see Cortez get the hell out of there because the second strikeout was run right down the middle, and you're really not used to seeing that from Devers. 0-1, sidearm, lefty-lefty. Again, a couple lefties here from 9 and Rafael righty, and then 2 lefties back-to-back. That's probably why Hill's got the leverage here. And Devers up against it again. It feels like every time he steps up to the bat rack today, he's already down 0-2. Devers can absolutely break the tie. I know he's at a rough game right now. I think we might have a pitch com thing, but he digs in. He gets the sign shakes a couple times. 90, good snap on a sinker. Little sidearm action there, but still kind of gets it in the low 90s. That can be really hard to pick up a submarine pitcher. Derek Jeter said that was one of those ones he always hated facing. I played MLB The Show. I kind of feel the same way. Wow, Devers, I had no clue how he got a piece of that one. That was in toward the hands. Somehow he got a piece of that right now. Did that catch home plate umpire's mask? No, it didn't catch any mask there. I have no idea how he got a piece of that. Just the top of the black part of the bat. That was almost a phantom hit. So Hill shakes off Wells the first time. Gets the sign. Now Devers. Foul down the first base line. That was rolling just foul. Devers will stay alive. A couple very uncomfortable swings. He's just going to go ahead and say, give me a new lumber. This thing's not working right now. I think anytime Devers is going to be at the bat rack for the next few days here in this Boston and Yankees series, might want to request more. AL Central versus the White Sox. Boy, oh boy, that looks rough for the White Sox. They showed that there. Flip this one across, and they'll get Devers easily. He's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Let's go to the bottom ninth. Yankees, 6 outs to work with. It's still 1-1. Might need more.
And so is the Ford F-150. Bring your desk wherever you go with a flat interior work surface. Drop down the tailgate to get it all done, and plug in what you need outside the cab with available Pro-Power on board. How's that for upping your productivity? Top this smart can only be called F-150.
Returning AC Flat Legacies features a 2024 F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Crew for $339 a month for 24 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. Get super fast speeds and low lag streaming for an incredible viewing experience inning after inning. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it only God wants.
The Hour Storm LGR Extreme is a compact and trusted solution for eliminating needless ambient moisture and drying damp spaces. Packed and tough, the Storm LGR Extreme is efficiently and properly designed so that you can fit it into crawl spaces and bring it with you on any size job. It features a hub for easy drainage, an auto power setting, and an auto defrost setting that allows you to monitor less and do more. Efficient, trusted, and effective. Power.
When I heard almost 5 years ago that the hormones play a big part of our appetite, that was a big game changer for me. Isn't it?
Esto es Jarren. Con razón no me siento tan bien.
Hola, Pepa. Llevas horas ahí.
Estoy tratando. Este papel barato es muy delgado.
Te dije que no compraras ese otro papel de baño. Aquí está el pan en otros pan.
Looks like Chris Martin's going to get warm here for the Red Sox. This is their 4th reliever out of the bullpen, so they're going to get set to use everybody. Right now, the Yankees have only used Nestor Cortez. He went 5, 3 hits, 109 strikeouts. Ian Hamilton was very strong, an inning and 2/3 with 3 strikeouts. Tim Hill, an inning and a third, 1 strikeout for him. Don't show the 2004 ALCS to Derek Jeter. I'll say it. Don't show him that.
Chris Martin out of the Red Sox bullpen. He was one of the best relievers in baseball last year.
Chris Martin is normally dependable. 39 games, 2-1, 3.52 ERA. Giancarlo Stanton has been one of the best Yankees in this game. I know Gleyber Torres got the solo shot, but Giancarlo 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. There hasn't been a lot of offense in this game at all. Just a couple of solo shots for Gleyber Torres and Danny Jansen, respectively. This one in toward the fist on a sinker. Make it 0-2. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Yankees. And that is all we have right now in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Martin able to set Stanton aside. 1 up, 1 down in the 8th. And again, the over-under of today's game was set at 9 runs. We're only at 2. We're not going to get to that, I don't think, at this point, unless we have a parade of everything in the extra innings, should we get there. Again, both teams will get the opportunity on the top and the bottom with the ghost runner at second. But if we get to that point, man, oh man, we'll see. Jazz Chisholm, this one fouled straight back in amongst the fans on the catching side. 1 for 2 with a walk and a single for Jazz, but he had a bad base running blunder, which could have had bases loaded again in that 7th side when the Yankees had bases loaded twice and did not score. 90 on a cutter. It's now 1-1 against Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's been very good, though, since coming over from the Miami Marlins. He's a stolen base threat. If he's able to walk, I think they would probably put him in motion. 88 on a splitter. That was a giant swing, but it was too early, and he wasn't even close to getting it. Jason Dominguez would be next.
So each team realizes how important this is.
Waiting on the 1-2 when the splitter is outside. Swelled the count to 2-2 for Jazz. Getting a little bit all over as far as the stat line, but 35 stolen bases. He's got a good glove. Again, never played third base till he came over in pinstripes, but he's looked pretty locked in at it. This is right to second base. No problem. Toss over from Romy to Connor Wong. And 2 up, 2 down in the bottom 8th. And now Jason Dominguez will be the last hope in the bottom 8th unless they get it extended for Anthony Rizzo. John Under with you. I'm watching this national televised game on Fox, really on MLB TV, but on the Fox local jurisdiction. It is Boston and New York. For those in the Cleveland, Tampa area, you will have that game featured today, as this one bounces fouled on the first base line, and Connor Wong will give a souvenir to a young Yankees fan. In that game, the Rays have a 4-2 lead in the top of the 8th. Guardians trying to make sure they hold on to the AL Central. Rays are pretty much out of it at this point. All they can really do is play spoiler. And strike 2 against Dominguez. I had to take an extra beat to make sure I didn't make the wrong call. Right out of Esperanza in the Dominican Republic, the 5'9", 190, 21-year-old Jason Dominguez playing left field today. 0-2 pitch. Way high in a fastball at 95. For the Yankees coming into this game, they were 84-62, about a game and a half lead in the AL East. And for the Boston Red Sox, 74-72, 4 games back of that AL wildcard entering today, about 16, 17 games left in the year. Swing and a miss is Jason Dominguez, and Chris Martin makes it look all too easy with a couple of punch-outs. Let's go to the 9th. It's still 1-1.
When I heard almost 5 years ago that the hormones play a big part of our appetite, that was a big game changer for me. It's a disease.
Guess what? The won't change time again. That last weekend took 3 hours. You will never ever satisfy.
Silence your oil change variety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where we change your oil in about 15 minutes. So you're thinking of getting an advanced degree. Maybe you want to revolutionize an industry or cure diseases. Perhaps you want to conduct meaningful research or advance your career.
Let's give you football on Amazon Prime, and ooh boy, you know the one thing honestly, I was going to tell you if I could do the Thursday football games and have those picks, I would have taken the Bills over the Dolphins because I think the defense is better. Just 13-17 for 97 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Buffalo Bills have a 24-7 lead as we get close to the half. Josh Allen not having to do all that much. 9 for 13 for 108 yards and a touchdown.
I was so excited when I heard the Sanders was back. I was like, Cloud 9. It would have Cloud 9. What's up? This is my
So we're going to be going into a 1-1 game, top 9. Red Sox are going to be due up next.
Crispy, tender, juicy chicken, and it's got pickled jalapenos, and it's so good.
My favorite part is the kind of
Right now, though, as we said in the Thursday night football game, if you have anyone on your fantasy team for the Dolphins, that's a rough go right now in the first half as they're getting slapped around by the Bills. For the Bills, this would be a pretty good start to the year because Cardinals can be a very tricky team. They were down by a lot before they came back, and they did not cover the 6.5. I lost them by half a point. Did go 10-4 last week, so I feel pretty good about that, though. And then you get a quick turnaround and play against the Dolphins. Not an easy start of the schedule for the Bills. Take 2-0. I would definitely be happy with that, especially with the long break heading into the following Sunday.
Missed the first month and a half with a shoulder. He's been their best reliever since getting healthy. Well, 7 out of 10 times I'm going to be right if I say he's going to throw.
So Tommy Kahnle is now going to go against Masataka Yoshida. That is going to be a pinch hit situation for Alex Cora, and why not? Masataka has got a lot of power here, and they can leverage him right in there for Romy Gonzalez. So for Yoshida, let's see what we got here. This is a changeup. Fouled on the first base line, and we'll do it again. Thank you guys for joining me here in between the Yankees and Red Sox. It's been a very low-scoring game, but I've enjoyed calling it. It's been pretty much a match for match on the pitching side. A lot of strikeouts in this game. Yoshida waiting on the 1-1 against Kahnle. Changeup, that one gets spiked in the dirt. Austin Wells will play that one in the hop. For Masataka is one of those guys that does not have a ton of power that he doesn't show, but I think his numbers aren't as good this year as they were last year. I still think he could be a threat for 15 or 20. He's only got 9 in the year so far. That one's split right down the middle. No problem there for Torres. Toss right over to Anthony Rizzo. 1 up, 1 down, top 9. Again, your reset. There's not a lot of it. 4th leadoff home run this season for Gleyber Torres. And then Danny Jansen in the 5th. And that's it, and that's all as far as the scoring reset. Mr. Cortez went 5, struck out 9. Cooper Criswell about 5 1/3, about 5 or 6 strikeouts for him. He's looked pretty good as well, and that's really where we are right now. Tyler O'Neill, he's always a threat to ambush. Tyler will put this one way foul, and that was way gone. Tyler O'Neill. He was going to try to do that like he did the other night, except in the 9th and not in the 10th. That one had the distance. It was just quite a bit foul. 30 home runs, 59 RBI, 257 average, 0 for 2 with a walk in the 4th. O'Neill now waiting on the 0-1. This one hit pretty good on a half swing. See if it splits the gap. Judge have to play it on a hop. He's got a great arm. O'Neill slides into second base, and Boston might be in business here. Top 9. I think now at this point, whether or not with the runner in scoring position, Kenley Jansen might start to be getting warm. Again, you see him a lot as far as these AL East rivals. This one, he took a little bit less off the power. He's still able to serve that one pretty good, about 350 feet, and split the gap in between right and center where Judge had to get it off a hop. Connor Wong trying to come through. It is a double and a walk for O'Neill. Kahnle. Good swing for Wong, but he didn't find it on a changeup. A little bit out front. 286, 13 home runs, 48 RBIs, 776 OPS for Connor. Trying to find a way to come through here for the Boston Red Sox, where this second run might be enough to win the game. Pitch number 8 for Kahnle. Foul down the third base line, making it 0-2. Trevor Story will be next, unless you want to go sort of any other pinch hitting route. Again, they can mix in between where they want to put Trevor Story or move Cedane Rafael, so they can put Yoshida in the outfield and not have to worry about any sort of defensive alignments, because that's going to look different in the bottom line. Getting a good block there for Austin Wells to make sure Tyler O'Neill's not going anywhere. Critical at-bat in this game right now. Top 9, runner at second. After Tyler O'Neill just sprung a double into the gap. Red Sox trying to take the lead in the Bronx. 1-2 pitch, way outside on a changeup. Does not offer at it. 2-2. Connor Wong. John out here with you on the Call National TV feed, MLB on Fox. Some of you might be seeing the Rays and the Guardians. But we got the Red Sox and the Yankees tied up 1, top 9, 2-2, 1 out. Connor Wong, waiting on Kahnle's pitch. It's a full count now. Tyler O'Neill at second. He just hit a double. Split the gap in between Aaron Judge. There is Kenley Jansen now starting to get warm for the Red Sox in the dirty water. They need this game badly. There's not a lot left in the leash of the regular season. Connor Wong will split this one straight back to foul. And we'll do 3-2 for the second time in this at bat. So as we've hit full count leverage, we have not seen a fastball in this at bat yet from Canely from Wong. What are we going to do here on the second 3-2? Way up high! That's going to put Wong down to his wallet. He's going to go to first anyway, so draws the walk. That one didn't hit him in the face. He had to duck for dear life. So Tyler O'Neill still stationed at second. Connor Wong just had to get the heck out of the way as he just dove to get that one out of the way and able to stay alive here as the question on this side of the YouTube end is starting to freak out a little bit. So I will change the menus here just to make sure that that loads correctly. Trevor Story has some action on the base paths now with first and second with one out in the top 9. Can he come through? Because I know you're going to get the runner at second for the ghost runner if you get the extras and it's still tied. But you got first and second right now for the Boston Red Sox against Canely. They decided not to go but play Holmes. Yankees, I think, have done a better job of managing their bullpen so far in this game. Cortez with 5. Ian Hamilton an inning and 2/3. Tim Hill inning and a third right now. Canely trying to finish out this 9th. But he's in a little bit of hot water here. It's starting to get to a boil. With Trevor Story 0 for 3 last time up for him. Get into a double play. And that killed anything for the Red Sox. As Jazz Chisholm able to step on third and toss the first to get Story out. Story doesn't want to go 0 for 4. He swings at the first pitch, foul changeup. He was out in front. 0-1. Again, we talked about it a couple times in the broadcast. We got 162 games in the regular season, and over the last 3 years, a century for Story. He's missed the calendar length of the season. They just need his bat in the lineup. He's got speed. He's got home run power. When he's right, he can play great defense. 0-1. Runners on first and second. Way away on a changeup.
Mostly injuries.
Story gets set to dig back in on a 1-1. Canely get the sign from Wells. What's he going to throw here? Off-speed pitch again. Jazz Chisholm wanted to play the jump throw, but that was just foul on the third base line. 1-2. Almost hit at the same spot where Chisholm could have done the same thing to step on the bag and toss over. Don't want to have that happen now. Story going to take an extra few beats to walk back in before they dig in and start the pitch clock before he's going to get back into the box. Jarren here with you on the call. We're in the Bronx in New York. It's a 1-1 tie. It's a 4-game series in between the Yankees and the Red Sox. It's the last time we'll see these AL East rivals. Somebody's yawning back there for one of the Yankees fans. Say, hey, score some runs. I'm falling asleep here. Right now, this is a high leverage at bat, though. I'm wide awake. Apparently, he's not. 1-2. Cut and a miss on a changeup. Got Story out in front. Canely needs just one more before the Yankees might have a chance to walk this one off. Bottom 9. Still runners at first and second. Going to make me wonder now if Alex Cora will use, if it goes to bottom 9, 1-1, if he's going to use Kenley Jansen or if he's going to save him in the extra innings. So no Danny Jansen, who had the solo shot. They're going to pinch hit Mr. Solo Shot for Tristan Casas. There's a very interesting call. So that's just going to go ahead and move Connor Wong. He's going to have to do the rest of the catching duties today. Masataka Yoshida is probably going to have to play outfield. There's going to be a lot of defensive adjustments here. But they're going to go with Casas to try to drive this run in. Maybe they think he's going to be more apt to get bat on ball. That's what you need right now. Put it in play and see if the Red Sox can come through. So top 9, 2 outs, runners first and second. Ball one from Tommy Kahnle on a changeup. Pitch 19 will be upcoming here. It's been a very good ball game, very low-scoring affair. Again, the over/under, if you're just joining, was set at 9. We're at 2 right now. Still waiting for runs to be scored. 1-0. Big swing on a changeup. Way out in front, though. 1-1. He did not get it, but he went for the downs. Still 3 more games in this season series, and then it will be all done between the Yankees and Red Sox. But for the Red Sox, it's important for the Yankees. You want to hold on to the AL East, but the Red Sox really need to take 3 out of 4 because their playoff hopes are hanging by a thread at this point. They are probably in worse shape in comparison to the Mariners and the Tigers, especially the Mariners when the AL West open. 1-1. He laid off just barely on a changeup. That was spiked in the dirt. 2-1. Kahnle trying to tightrope walk his way out of this. 2-1 with 2 outs, top 9. Tristan Casas is the pinch hitter for Danny Jansen, who last scored a run in the 5th. Casas, big swing. This will go right to Judge. It'll turn away the Red Sox. And the Yankees have an opportunity to win this one in the bottom 9. Rizzo, Volpe, Torres due up as we go to a 1-1 score in the bottom 9.
Step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. Get super fast speeds and low lag streaming for an incredible viewing experience inning after inning. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Over the last few years, we've redefined what working remotely means. And so is the Ford F-150. Bring your desk wherever you go with a flat interior work surface. Drop down the tailgate to get it all done. And plug in what you need outside the cab with available Pro Power on board. How's that for upping your productivity? Top this smart can only be called F-150.
Join AZFan Legacy's release of 2024 F-150 XFT 4x4 Super Crew for $339 a month for 24 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Make this a summer share. The 3-row Kia Sorento. The Tech Forward Sportage. The available all-wheel drive Celtos. Or the IIHS Top 50 Big Plus Telluride. Each one recommended by Consumer Reports.
Tua Tagovailoa at the half. 13 of 18, 97 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He's been sacked once for 6 yards. I was hoping I made sure I read that correctly. Devin Achane does play. 14 carries, 69 yards, 2 catches for 78 total.
Let me guess. You one of those underdog guys. Everyone loves an underdog. I'm taking it straight up on ESPN Bet tonight. How you gonna bet against the superstar quarterback? Superstar. Always with the superstar. I gotta find me a new
Achane is the one that's got the touchdown. James Cook's got 2. 5 for 60, 2 rushing TDs.
Bottom of the 9th inning in a 1-1 game, trying to get this game into extras. So it's Rizzo, Volpe, and Torres for the Yankees. Jansen, not quite the Mariano cutter, but I'd say he's the closest thing to Mariano cutter. A little different body, big body. Hard to see fit coming out of that frame. 446 saves in his career. We got some defensive changes around him. Wong does the catching now. This is after pinch hitting. Saves in the game that plays first, and Nick Sogard is open at second. The Yankees, how about this, Sean? The Yankees have not had a walk-off.
So no Yoshida. Nick Sogard's going to play second. They just used him to pinch hit, so they've already burned him. It'll be 8-9-1. Bottom 9, Danny Jansen, the Boston Red Sox closer, is going to come out to try to extend this into the 10th. It's a 1-1 game. The Yankees have an opportunity to get the last laugh and take the first one in this series, and they really need to do so right now. Danny Jansen, I think, is going to get another pitch calm situation. They'll get some fresh batteries out there, and then I'll get it set to get the call again.
certain things that are touching. I wonder if I'd be able to wear that in my hat. I didn't have a lot of cushion under there, so I didn't have a lot of hair, so I wonder if it would feel differently. Anthony Rizzo has hit Kelly Jansen hard through the years. Yeah, that's fine.
So we're good now at the pitch count. We got the batteries. It's Anthony Rizzo getting set to lead off against Danny Jansen. Waiting on the 0-0 pitch. It's a 1-1 game in the ninth. Yankees trying to get this one done. Popped up right in the air. Followed straight back. Kinley will be working ahead now 0-1. So Cora just trying to extend this into the 10th inning.
Longtime Dodger, 36 years old, and his 15th year, second one with the Red Sox.
Kenley Jansen's in his second year with the Red Sox, 15 in Major League Year Pro, longtime Dodger. This one right to Devers. They'll make that toss over and a ball throw, but Casas able to get his foot on the bag. Devers did not make that easy for Tristan Casas. If Rizzo ran just a little bit better, I don't blame him there. You don't have that type of speed. Does they want to have a challenge here on this side? I want to see. So right now, Casas off the bag. He does get his foot there. So no challenge for Aaron Boone, I wouldn't imagine. Just got his foot there. But for Devers, that was a really tough throw over there. But Casas able to adjust, make the play. Anthony Volpe takes 91 on a cutter. 0-1 against Anthony Volpe. He had some opportunities in this game with the bases loaded a couple times. Fly out, line out, fielder's choice, 0 for 3. Really would want to come through now. He can hit this one over the wall. This game could be done. Anthony Volpe. This one. Good play for Devers. Gets it off a stab and tosses it over to first. That's how you make a defensive play. He's had a couple sparkling ones today. Turn around and get that one off of a bomb from Volpe and toss that one over to Tristan Casas. He gets a good spin, turn again, just like he did to start that double play a couple innings ago, and then this time, this is a much better feed over to Tristan Casas. What a stab. Maybe he's able to make that throw better after he makes a great defensive play. Now Torres, he was the one that let off the ball game with a home run. That's the only Yankees run that we got right now. Danny Jansen in the fifth with a home run. His day is done, so it's going to be Connor Wong doing the catching for the rest of the game. 1 for 4 with a solo shot for Torres. Yankees, other than that, they're going to head to the 10th if they don't score here. Right down the middle on a cutter, 1-1. Danny Jansen does not have the same numbers that he used to. He doesn't feature the same velocity either, but however, he was someone that I really expect to be able to get outs. He does not normally make mistaken location. Not normally. Torres, 93 on the hands, on the cutter and followed it back. We might need some extra baseball today, so I have to make sure I keep the pipes warm. I think that Friday, with the exception of the football picks, might be good to get a break. We'll see how, depending on how long this goes. I might just skip Saturday, depending on if the Tigers are already done, because I'm kind of nervous about Corbin Burns. I do want to work that one, but I'm a little nervous. I hope the Tigers win that side on Saturday. Got a good one here in the Bronx, though. 1-1, 1-2 pitch toward the dome of Torres. We'll back him away. 2-2. Juan Soto. If he doesn't get an opportunity now, he could get one in the 10th if Torres doesn't come through. 2-2 pitch. It's the sign from Connor Wong, the new catcher. See you later on the fastball. Let's go to extra innings. Still 1-1.
This is a 24/7 kind of place, and that's where the Ford Escape SUV comes in, the ultimate getaway vehicle. With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, and Bliss, the blind spot information system with cross traffic alert to help get away from it all. You got this with Ford Escape.
Easy Plan trade-in customers can lease their 2024 Escape for $279 a month for 24 months at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealer.
I'll be right back.
Sometimes it's a $6 breakfast bundle with a mouth-watering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood Tim's.
Make this a summer to share. The 3-row Kia Sorento. The tech-forward Sportage. The available all-wheel drive Seltos. Or the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Telluride. Each one recommended by Consumer Reports. This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Kia. Movement that inspires.
He took the best-selling truck in its class the past 19 years and made it better with trail-dominating power, legendary capability, and high-end performance. Now it's your turn to go messing with a good thing. The 2024 Tacoma from Toyota. Let's go places.
Let me guess. You're one of those underdog guys. Everyone loves an underdog. I'm taking it straight up on ESPN Bet tonight. How you gonna bet against the superstar quarterback? Superstar. Always with the superstar. I gotta find me a new deli. We'll see you tomorrow.
Watch his leadoff hitter go deep. That's it, though. 1-1, the extra innings we go. Tommy Kahnle is going to begin the 10th. Clay Holmes has been loosening for a while. He's ready to go. It's 8-9-1 for the Red Sox. Kahnle to Wilyer Abreu. Flies the first one down the left field line. Jason Dominguez is there. And they're unable to advance the runner, which is yeah, that is a huge pitch and out that will send Holmes into the game.
So we'll start with the ghost runners in the 10th. And I think I'll be stepping back away from the play-by-play one more time. Kahnle did his job, able to get the runner out for Wilyer Abreu, who didn't advance Casas. Kahnle's day is done. He will be responsible for the runner at second. Unfairly or not, we'll go to top 10 with one out. Cedane Rafaela will be due up next when we come back.
Okay. So what about $574 for switching your home insurance to Allstate? That's way too much of a hassle. Allstate can handle the switching for you. Just call them. Check Allstate first, and you can save hundreds.
Free throws, rebound, Howard. Self fade away over Stewart, off the heel, rebound, Ionescu. Up ahead, Stewart kick out, extra pass, Ionescu from deep.
For beautiful results every time. Keep on finishing with Midwest.
Stolen.
At DraftKings Casino, we give credit where credit is due in casino credits. New players, sign up now and get $50 instantly in casino credits when you play Just 5. Download the DraftKings Casino app or play online today and get $50 in casino credits when you play Just 5. DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Growing up in Detroit, my mother was a powerhouse in the construction industry. She taught me the importance of bringing everyone to the table. That's why I partnered with the Gilbert Family Foundation on the Motor City Contracting Fund.
The Motor City Contracting Fund equipped us for success, and it felt great to be a part of the program.
They listened to what contractors needed and built a program to help contractors in Detroit grow.
The second one away, and here is Clay Holmes, who is an all-star for good reason, but has lost his closer job. Too many blown saves to stomach, and then put him in a different role yesterday. Gave up the tying run in the 7th inning, heard the booze as he came into the game here tonight.
So Clay Holmes has not been particularly sharp of late. I guess he lost his closer role. He's been giving up runs of late. Right now, he's in relief of Kahnle, who's responsible for that ghost runner at second. And it'll be Rafaela and then Duran left to go in the first after Wilyer Abreu got the out. And Rafaela swings at nothing there. Clay Holmes in a sweeper. He cleaned up the mess. 0-2. And a lot of movement on it. And now Sedane's really got to dig back in here. You got to make sure you get that runner over at least with one out. Otherwise, that's going to be a complete disaster. You could bunt over at that side. This time he throws it over to Jazz Chisholm. They still can't move the runner over. And now the Red Sox, they've had the runner stuck at second base. And that is not what you want. So we'll see what happens here for Jarren Duran. You start with the runner at second in extra innings now over the last couple of years. And it's still right there right now with 2 outs. So Cedane Rafael can't come through after Wilmer Abreu flew out to left. It wasn't hit deep enough. So Ref Snyder is the pitch runner for Tristan Casas. The wrist was bothering him a little bit, but he can still use his feet. That's what they went with there, but he might just get stuck. Jarren Duran, 2 strikeouts, 2 flyouts. This is a big at-bat because this is a really good player here that can come through against the closer that's been struggling of late. 98, nothing wrong with the velocity on the outside black, a little bit low.
That's what I'm saying. Knowing that as a team was so crucial to get him over to third with less than 2 outs.
0-1 against Jarren Duran. Pitch number 5 from Holmes. Giant cut on a sweeper that was nowhere close. Make it 0-2. This is excellent news right now for the Yankees if this holds through here for Clay Holmes, because they could find a way to win this one and Holmes could pick up a victory. Crowd rising their feet. That's been as loud as they've been all day. Jarren Duran, the left toward Dominguez. Camps underneath it, makes the catch. We go bottom 10. And now the Yankees have an opportunity to walk it off. Soto, Judge, and Wells.
Let's get real. Your butt's not perfect. But at Oregon, we love them all. We love Ricky the Rock. Bubble Butt Bobby. Laura Monchi. Tara the Tush. Ryan Phil. Madame Daniela. Messi Bony Brittany. Wedgie Craig. And Wedgie Wendy. I like this one. Feel good about your booty and the rest of you too with protein-packed nutrition from Ornate. It's real nutrition for real life.
Make this a summer to share. With a 3-row Kia Sorento. Protect forward storage.
I'll say it now, and I could be completely wrong. I know Kenley Jansen's probably still on the mound here on the extra innings in the 10th. We'll see if they want to make any changes here for Alex Cora. He's already gone deep in the pitching staff. But you would think with Soto, Judge, and Wells 2, 3, 4, and Evan Torres to start at second base in this 10th, the Yankees probably win this one 2-1. You'd have to think so. Because all you really have to do is get a bunt and a deep fly ball. And at least for Soto and Judge, they're both capable of getting deep fly balls here. So you would think the Yankees have a glorious opportunity here to just win this one 2-1 tonight. Again, the over-under in this game was set at 9. It's still 1-1. We go bottom 10. Boston couldn't even get the runner over from second. The pinch runner was Rob Refsnyder to relief from Tristan Casas. So we'll get set for bottom 10 in a moment. It'll be Soto, Judge, and Wells. We might enter this under 3 hours, so not that long of a baseball game with the pitch clock counter, everything else that they've had. But this is going to be really difficult, whoever they choose to throw out on the bullpen side. Now it's going to be Josh Winkowski, who will be the reliever that's going to be responsible for the ghost runner and everything else. He's going to try to get this one done and send it to the 11th. And at least for the Yankees, Red Sox have already had to go deep in their bullpen. So Josh Winkowski is the new pitcher. John Birdie is the new ghost runner instead of Gleyber Torres. He could play second anyway, but it'll be Soto, Judge, and Wells. Emmanuel Valdez will move over for Nick Sogard at first. There's been all sorts of defensive replacements. Right now, all that's important for the Red Sox is to get 3 outs to extend this game. But Soto, Judge, and Wells, I mean, good luck with that for Josh Winkowski. It's a good arm, but I don't know if it's going to happen right now because John Birdie's got a lot of wheels too, the former U of M product. Sitting on 39 home runs and 100 RBI. 101 sounds pretty good right now for the Bronx Bombers. Soto, big cut, 96 late. That one on a sinker that went away from his hands. And Soto's already punched out a couple times. He's got more walks than he's got strikeouts, but he's been late today on a lot of this. Winkowski gets the sign. Settle up now for Connor Wong. It's 1-2. Way outside on a fastball. At 97. This is late in the MLB regular season. It'll be the last time the Red Sox and the Yankees meet up in this AL East bitter rivalry. It's been a fun one tonight. Not a lot of runs scored, though. Winkowski. This is ground fair. Birdie's going to go. They'll send the runner. Here's the throw. Safe. Yankees win. First walk-off hit is the Yankee for Juan Soto, and they'll win it in extras in the 10th. Yankees take it 2-1. Winkowski didn't really have a lot to do here because it was Soto, Judge, and Wells. Kind of seemed like it was tailor-made for the Yankees to finish this one off in extra innings. And you know what? Last couple nights they did so. They did it against the Royals the other night when Bobby Witt Jr. tried to make an unreal play off the seat of his pants, tried to make that one spin and turn. He couldn't throw it. And then now off back-to-back nights, this time Juan Soto right to the shortstop side. Zane Rafael has got an absolute gun. He gave it an effort there, but the throw too far for Connor Wong to make the tag. And John Birdie, the pinch runner, former U of M man, he scores it. Juan Soto delivers the pinch hit, not pinch hit, but the walk-off single in the 10th in extra innings. You guys have a good one. I'll see you on Saturday. Hopefully my voice recovers by then. This is a fun one. Yankees win 2-1. See you Saturday. Hope you guys enjoyed that one I did. This was a good national game on Fox. Yankees take it. Juan Soto with the walk-off single in the 10th and the extras. 2-1 Yankees.